2, 3, 4, and FIVE 5. Lovely. Very nice. So I hope all the campuses are present. Shall I take campus attendance? All right, I'll start from Aliganj 1, Aliganj campus 2. All right, Ayodhya Road. Okay, Chowk, Anand Nagar. Anand Nagar is here. Anand Nagar campus, can't see. Chowk campus is here. All right, Gomti Nagar 1, Gomti Nagar campus 2. Okay, then what comes? Golf City, all the teachers present. Okay, then is Joplin Road campus hasn't come yet. Kirti, you're making note of it. Joplin Road, Kanpur Road campus. Kanpur Road campus teachers, are you present here? No. All right. Okay, whatever I remember, I'll start speaking. Rajendra 1, Rajendra 2, Rajendra, Rajajipuram 1, Indiranagar 1 and Indiranagar 2. Okay, Rajendra 2 is here. Rajajipuram 1. Rajajipuram 2 will not, nobody will come from there. Then comes RDSO, Station Road, SOW, Shalimar One World. Okay, Joplin Road has come. Shalimar One World. Okay, nobody is here from Shalimar One World also. Right, thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Teachers, please settle down. Teachers at the back, please settle down. Okay. So galvanizers from Ayodhya Road campus, kindly come forward and take over the mic for the prayer as well as for the energizer. Please come fast. I hope there is no vacant chair. If it is, kindly fill it. All new teachers are welcome to CMS fraternity. Wish you a very happy tenure session and ALfA onboarding.
Good morning and Jai Jagat, everyone. May I request you all to kindly rise up for the school prayer? Join your hands and close your eyes.
I bear witness, O my Lord, that thou hast created me to know thee and worship thee. I testify at this moment to my powerlessness and to thy might, to my poverty and to thy will. There is none other God but thee, the help in peril, the self subsisting. Hands down, thank you.
So I would request you all to keep standing as we are going to start with an energizer. Just give us a second.
Yoga Guppy! Hello, everybody! Are you ready for the yoga freeze dance? Let's do the actions in the song. And when I say freeze, stay still and hold the yoga pose. Ready, set, let's go! Jump, 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 jump! Jump, 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 jump! Jump, 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 jump! 1, 2, 3, 4, freeze! Stop, 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 stop! Stop, 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 stop! Stop, stop, stop,
Thank you, dear teachers.
Okay. Hi, good morning. Thank you. Arre Baba. Thank you. So sweet of you all. Good, good. Now, we just started a school yesterday. So, Lumina Terra. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Good, good, good. Thank you for entertaining our guests yesterday. Yeah, please be seated. A very warm welcome to today's training session of MLLs, Middle Level Leaders of City Montessori School. You're holding up a big position in the sense that you're holding up entire education of little ones. And also welcome to all the teachers who have newly joined us or from some of the campuses that have newly begun the ALfA program. Yesterday in the same hall, we had a training of government teachers. And for the first time, we saw them relaxed and enjoy and do something like it's meaningful to them. Because often we were feeling like we are, like just trying to push against the wall. But yesterday was awesome. I was here training them after the Lumina Terra launch in the morning. And so very grateful to my mother, Dr. Bharti Gandhi, who's here with me as always, as a stalwart of education, the inspirer who has inspired this whole movement called ALfA. I think ALfA would not have been there without Dr. Bharti Gandhi. Yes, I'd like you to say a few words, Mommy. Do you want to just stay there, sit there and do it?
My dear friends, now you are going to be trim as I saw you doing this exercise very well. When I was thinking of doing it, but I will do it next. It's so wonderful because 3 चीजें एक टीचर को आना जरूरी हैं. खेलना, डांस करना और डांस में म्यूजिक भी शामिल है. और तीसरा है आर्ट. मैं आपको आर्ट सिखा सकती हूँ जो हर टीचर कर सकता है, क्योंकि कोई भी चीज जो आप बच्चे के बीच में करते हैं वो लाइन से बच्चा समझता ज्यादा है. बहरहाल आज जो मेरा आपके बीच में बोलने का कारण है, एक तो ये है, एक कुर्सी रख दो तो मैं खड़े होकर बोले आओ कुर्सी. वो ये है कि मैं देख रही हूं कि इतने बड़े बड़े स्कूल खुलने के बाद भी आपके यहाँ लगभग 2000 बच्चे ज्यादा हैं पिछले साल से. तो जब मैं इसके बारे में सोचती हूँ तो मुझे लगता है ये आपकी वजह से. ताली बजाएंगे आप अपने लिए? क्योंकि अभी मैं आ रही थी एक इस रास्ते से, तो एक स्कूटर पर मैंने 2 बच्चों को जाते देखा. बहुत ही सुंदर पीले रंग का और लाल रंग का वो आज के शनिचर वाले दिन का वो पहने हुए थे। तो स्कूल का नाम भी लिखा हुआ था। तो मैंने कहा देखो इनकी कितनी अधिक सुंदर प्रभावशाली यूनिफॉर्म है, पर क्या ये बच्चे इंग्लिश बोल सकते हैं? तो जवाब मेरे दिमाग ने दिया नहीं, ये इंग्लिश नहीं बोल सकते। तो ऐसे ही मेरा भी स्कूल था। ये जो स्कूल है इसमें इंग्लिश मीडियम बाहर लिखा हुआ था, लेकिन बच्चे अब आपकी अल्फा से मैं आपका हर लेसन रोजाना देखती हूँ। मेरे यहाँ एक मैडम है, वो मुझे रोजाना दिखाती है, उसमें हर बच्चा इंग्लिश बोलता है। हमारी जो डॉक्टर कामरान थी, उनसे हमने कहा कि हिंदी भी क्या पसंद है आपको लगाना, तो वो कह रही थी नहीं नहीं नहीं। तो बहुत बड़ी महान शिक्षाविद हैं वो, हमारी कॉन्शियस कीपर हैं। तो कहने लगी कि अगर मैं उधर ध्यान बच्चों का लगा दूंगी तो मेरा इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग कहीं कम ना हो जाए। फिर उन्होंने 1 साल तक सोचा, उसके बाद इस साल से उन्होंने लगाई। तो मेरा एक ड्राइवर है, वो मुझसे कहने लगा, पिंटू पता नहीं बैठा है क्या, तो मुझसे कहने लगा कि दीदी मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं। मैंने कहा बताओ। कहने लगा मैं अपने घर से एक वैन आ रही थी बच्चों की, उसी में बैठ के आ गया हूं, यहाँ पानी बरस रहा था तो वैन में बैठे तो सब बच्चे हिंदी में बोल रहे थे, तो हमने इंग्लिश बोलना यहां तक हमारे को सनक है कि हमने अपने बच्चों को कभी सीएमएस में पढ़ाया ही नहीं, ना सुनीता को पढ़ाया, जितने भी मेरे बच्चे इनको कभी सीएमएस में नहीं पढ़ाया। क्यों नहीं पढ़ाया? क्योंकि मैंने उस पे बाहर तो लिख दिया इंग्लिश मीडियम, पर उस जमाने में मुझे इंग्लिश बोलने वाली टीचर्स कम मिलती थी। फिर एक और बात थी, वो श्री गांधी जी ने कहा कि मैं स्कूल खोलूंगा ही नहीं, मैं टीचर ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज खोलूंगा। आप लगता है ध्यान से सुन रहे हैं। तो हमने कहा चलो यही सही। तो 25 प्यूपिल टीचर्स को, छात्राध्यापिकाओं को हमने टीचर ट्रेनिंग में भर्ती किया। कौन से साल, किस साल स्कूल शुरू हुआ? जो बताएगा 100 रुपए इनाम मिलेगा। $59, ठीक है। तो बताया तो इन्होंने पहले था, क्या बताया था आपने? 59। तो उस साल में एक साल उधर 60 में कम, तो 40 और इधर 25 और 26, एक वहां का और लगा लीजिए, कम हो गया ना। हाँ, तो 25 में एक कम कर दीजिए, 24 और 40, पता नहीं कितने साल हुए। पचास और 25 कितने हुए? 75। वो 59 था, तो 9 कम कर दीजिए। हाँ, तो जितने भी 67 होते हैं, पता नहीं कैसे गणित में हमारे में, तो 65 ही ले लीजिए, आपका कहना सही है। तो 65 साल पहले ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज से शुरू किया, और कितनी छात्र अध्यापिकाएं भर्ती की? 25। और उनको पढ़ाने के लिए कुछ बच्चे भी लाने थे, तो वो पूरे साल में जाके करीब 70 के करीब बच्चे हो गए थे। तो ट्रेनिंग से शुरू किया, ताकि स्कूल तो बहुत हैं, उस जमाने में भी बहुत थे, हमारा स्कूल ऐसा होगा जिसमें कि ये कोई बच्चे पैदा नहीं हुए थे तब। हमारी शादी 59 में हुई थी, जनवरी में शादी हुई, जुलाई में स्कूल खोल दिया 6 महीने बाद। तो कहाँ बच्चे? अभी 23 साल की हमारी उम्र, ठीक है। और ऐसे ही गांधी जी की भी, गांधी जी तो हमसे 3 महीने छोटे, तो वो स्कूल खोल दिया, उसमें ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज खोल दिया, 25 उनके साथ। अब क्या हुआ कि आधा टाइम थ्योरी होती है, आधा टाइम प्रैक्टिस टीचिंग होती है। तो थ्योरी में हम लोगों ने खूब उनको तंग किया, खूब पढ़ाया, खूब पढ़ाया, खूब पढ़ाया, ठीक है। क्या पढ़ाया? 1 लाइन में जय जगत पढ़ाया, एक शब्द में जय जगत पढ़ाया। पहला अक्षर जो स्लेट पे लिखा या ब्लैक बोर्ड पे लिखा वो था जय जगत। और आइंस्टाइन के शब्दों में, ट्राई नॉट टू बिकम ए मैन ऑफ सक्सेस, रादर ट्राई टू बिकम ए मैन ऑफ वैल्यूज। ये उन्हें पढ़ाया। अखबारों ने हमारे बहुत खिलाफ लिख दिया, क्योंकि कहने लगे ये हमने पहले लिख दिया था, ये गवर्नमेंट से रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं है, तो किसी को भी गवर्नमेंट की नौकरी नहीं मिलने वाली थी। तो इसलिए अखबारों ने बार बार छापा कि 25 महिलाओं की जिंदगी बर्बाद, क्योंकि इन्हें नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी। तो फिर क्या हुआ, गांधी जी ने सोचा कि हम 3 स्कूल खोलेंगे। एक तो था ही हमारा, जिसमें 78 बच्चे थे। तो उन लड़कियों से कहा कि भाई देखो, तुम जो है काम करोगी जैसे हम बताएंगे, बोले करेंगे, क्योंकि मरता क्या नहीं करता। तो हमने कहा तुम्हें जो है पर्चे छाप के दिए जाएंगे, तुम्हें बांटने हैं, जहां हम किराए पर ले लेंगे, कम किराए के मकान, और फिर एग्जीबिशन लगानी है। वो तैयार हो गई। तो 3 ब्रांचें खोली गई, एक राजेंद्र नगर में जो अभी है, एक महानगर में, और एक श्रृंगार नगर में, या कहिए आलमबाग में। तो 8 8 24 25 रख लीजिए। कुछ हमारे इस वाले स्टेशन रोड वाले में भी जरूरत थी, सबको नौकरी दे दी गई। और जब उन्होंने नुमाइश लगाई तो 5-5 रुपए फीस थी, तो तीनों ब्रांचों में 100-150 बच्चे भर्ती हो गए। तो करीब 450 बच्चे, 500 बच्चे एक ही साल में हो गए, पढ़ाई शुरू हो गई। अब वो कैसा पढ़ाती होंगी, क्योंकि हम मास्टर थे ना, गांधी जी मास्टर थे ना उनके। तो उन्हें पता था कि ये आंखें देख रही हैं। तो पढ़ाई इतनी अच्छी हुई कि अगले साल हमने 37 लड़कियां ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज में भर्ती की, सब हिंदी मीडियम, क्योंकि इंग्लिश मीडियम क्यों हमारे जाल में फंसेंगी प्राइवेट ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज में। फिर हमने 5 ब्रांचेस दूसरे बार खोल दी, तो कितनी हो गई? 4 पहले थी, 3 और 1 4 और 5 9 हो गई। और फिर वही अखबारों ने खूब निकाला, फिर सबको नौकरी में रख दिया। तो इस बीच में फिर हमने अपने ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज को रिकॉग्नाइज करा लिया, लेकिन फिर भी हमें हिंदी मीडियम ही टीचर्स मिलते थी, प्यूपिल टीचर्स, इंग्लिश मीडियम नहीं मिलती थी, लॉरेटो वारेटो से कोई नहीं आता था। अब उनके जरिए हम कैसे इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल चलाएं, और हमारा स्कूल क्या था? इंग्लिश मीडियम। तो कैसा रहा होगा? इस मुसीबत के मारे हुए हम आए, आगे बढ़ते गए, आगे बढ़ते गए। तो हमने क्या किया, 2 तरह के क्लास कर दिए। एक हिंदी मीडियम क्लासेस, माने एक ही ब्रांच में स्टेशन रोड पर जो हिंदी मीडियम में बैठना चाहे उसके क्लास अलग, जो इंग्लिश मीडियम में बैठ जाना टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश वाले वो रख दिए। अब वो इंग्लिश कुछ पढ़ा नहीं पाते थे हमारे टीचर्स, तो हम लोग बहुत घबराए। तो हमने डायरेक्टर ऑफ एजुकेशन यूपी के जो रिटायर हुए डॉक्टर बाउंड्रा, हमने उन्हें नौकरी में रख लिया। हमने कहा शायद ये करा देंगे इंग्लिश मीडियम, वो भी नहीं करा पाए। वो कहने लगे भारती जी बात ये है कि इन लोगों को इंग्लिश आती नहीं तो ये पढ़ाएंगी क्या। ये कहानी है हमारी दर्दनाक। तो जब उसने बताया, आज हमारे बेटे ने इस बीच में एक स्कूल खोला, वो लंदन से पढ़ के आया था इंजीनियरिंग, 7 साल पढ़ के, विनय गांधी। तो उसे डिप्रेशन होने लगा यहाँ आकर के। गांधी जी ने उसे काम दे दिया कि तुम बस जो भी प्रिंसिपल आए खड़े हो, चाय लाओ, चाय पिलाओ। अब बेचारा भक्त था, बराबर ये करता रहा, लेकिन डिप्रेशन हो गया उसे कि मैं इतना बड़ा इंजीनियर बन के आया हूँ, पढ़ के आया हूँ, और यहाँ खाली एक ही काम, खड़े हो, चाय लाओ, प्रिंसिपलों को पिलाओ। और प्रिंसिपल कितनी बार आती होंगी बताइए, क्योंकि प्रिंसिपल गॉड है हमारी, ठीक है। तो गॉड के लिए खड़े हो, ठीक है, और चाय पिलाओ। तो मैंने देखा कि ये लड़का तो डिप्रेशन में जा रहा है, मैं क्या करूं, पैसा मुझ पर है नहीं, गांधी जी खुद ही भिखारी हैं। तो मैंने एक वो जायन कर ली, क्या होती है, जिसमें कि 5,000 मैंने दिए और पहली बोली लगाई तो मुझे 45,000 मिल गए। कौन सी होती है पता नहीं, पॉट होता है, क्या होता है, और जो पता नहीं क्या कहते हैं उसे। तो मुझे जब वो 45,000 मिल गए तो मैं निकली, पता नहीं मेरे कदम इंदिरा नगर की तरफ क्यों मुड़ गए, और वहां पे मैंने कहा ये मकान खाली है, ये खाली है, ये खाली है, ये खाली है, एक मिल गया। तो 1,200 रुपये महीने पर मुझे एक किराए का मकान मिल गया इंदिरा नगर, डी इंदिरा नगर में। तो वो दे दिया मैंने, उसके लिए स्कूल खोल दिया। अक्टूबर का महीना था, कितने महीने सफर किया मेरे बेटे ने, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर, तो अक्टूबर में जाके फिर मैंने वो स्कूल उसका, फिर उसी 45,000 में से 10,000 तो गांधी जी ने ही मार लिए, कह रहे पैसा नहीं है, पैसा नहीं है, पैसा लाओ। पैसा उन पर कभी नहीं रहता था, वो भारती गांधी ही देती थी, ठीक है। वो होता है ना वो साड़ी के नीचे जो छिपा रहता है पैसा औरतों का, ठीक है, वो समझते थे इसके पास हमेशा पैसा रहता है। तो 10,000 तो वो मार लिए, बच्चे कितने, उतने हजार में थोड़ा बहुत आम का फर्नीचर खरीद के लाए, 1,200 रुपये वहाँ दिए, ठीक है। उसका स्कूल खोला, और हम लोगों का जो पता नहीं कौन सी जनवरी को, 1 जनवरी को वो स्कूल का उद्घाटन किया, पानी खूब बरसा खूब बरसा खूब बरसा, वो सब पंडाल वंडाल सब टूट गया, है ना। फिर भी एक बच्चा भर्ती हो गया। कितना बच्चा भर्ती हुआ? एक। तो इस तरह उनका स्कूल शुरू हुआ। और अब खास बात क्या है कि उसने इंग्लिश मीडियम शुरू किया, हमारा बाप बन गया। कोई अगर वहां से हो टीचर तो जानती होगी, हैं आप? हाँ बताइए क्या था वहां। आइए इधर दौड़ के आइए। हमारा बाप बन गया वो। ये आ गई बेटी, बेटी आ गई।
Jai Jagat ma'am, actually I have rejoined, but I have joined the school when it was United World School, and we had like this culture that even ayahs are also not allowed to speak in Hindi, and if they have to give any instructions to the teachers, if they tell us that ma'am please step outside, and then they used to speak in Hindi, and then they used to leave. And rickshaw, there were rickshaw in charges, and rickshaw pullers used to tell us that who is speaking in Hindi in the rickshaw. And even in the park also, we had made in charges that when they are playing in the park, they were not allowed to speak in Hindi. Thank you, ma'am.
क्या कहा आपने कि रिक्शे में भी बच्चे इंग्लिश ही बोलते थे, और जो साइकिल पे पेरेंट जा रहे होते थे, जैसे मैं आज देख रही थी वो स्कूटर पे जा रहा था, तो मेरे को लगा ये हिंदी ही बोलते होंगे। तो वो पेरेंट्स अपने कान से सुनते थे कि ये रिक्शे पे चलने वाले बच्चे इंग्लिश में बोलते। तो मैंने कई बार अपने यहाँ की प्रिंसिपलों को जाके दिखाया, कोई असर नहीं हुआ। ठीक है, वही क्या होता है, ढा के 3 पात। अब ये जब आई, ठीक है, मैं इतना रोती थी, मैं कहती थी देखो मेरे बेटे ने कर दिखाया, मैं नहीं कर पाती हूँ, मैं कितनी निकम्मी हूँ। अरे और क्या, अरे तुमको समझना चाहिए। हाँ, तो अगली बार नहीं, आज खत्म कर रहे हैं, है ना। तो जब ये अल्फा लेके आई और आप लोगों ने उसे किया, अब मेरा हर बच्चा आपके द्वारा, इनके द्वारा इंग्लिश बोलता है। हाँ, तो उसकी वजह से इस साल करीब 2000 बच्चे बढ़े हैं आप ही लोगों के सेक्शन में। आप समझे कि नहीं? तो मैं ये इसलिए बताना चाहती हूँ कि अब आप वैन में भी शुरू करा दीजिए। कराएंगी? इतना छोटा ये।
Thank you, Mummy. Precious to have you here with us. Come. हाँ बताइए मम्मी।
दूसरी बात है कि मैंने हेड मिस्ट्रेस एक आई हैं, मुझे दिख रही हैं, पता नहीं कहाँ की हैं। हाँ आप हैं ये, हाँ सुशील इधर आओ। हाँ, इनको मैंने लेटर लिखा है ये कि हर बच्चे को आपको जय जगत सिखाना है, ठीक है। और हर हेड मिस्ट्रेस को मीटिंग में, ये तो अकेली आई है ना, तो इनके थ्रू बता रहे हैं। हाँ, 12 को 11 को और बताना है। मेरी टोटल हेड मिस्ट्रेस हैं 12, तो एक फंसी है आज, ठीक है। तो 11 को आपको बताना है कि भारती गांधी ने क्या, मैंने क्या लिखा है आपके सर्कुलर में, बताइए।
Yesterday we got one circular that we have to tell the meaning of the paraphrase Jai Jagat to all our children and talk about the peace, war, conflict, why it is being holding, why the countries are having wars. So these little talks have to be taken up in the assembly so that our assembly becomes meaningful and our thought process of Vasudev Kutumbakam and Jai Jagat is being conveyed to all our young learners. So today, in that particular letter, ma'am had asked for the headmistresses and the principals to talk to the children in the assembly regarding Jai Jagat. So today morning when we had our assembly, I made a small video because I was with pre-primary children today and we had to come here at the time of the assembly. So I recorded a small video of their level talking about Jai Jagat, the meaning of Jai Jagat. So this was all we did it in the assembly, and ma'am has asked us.
और नहीं तो नहीं तो की कहानी पता है आपको? नहीं बताएंगे तो टाइम नहीं है ना। तो वो दूसरी बात ये कहनी थी इसी संबंध में, आप जो प्रेयर सिखाते हैं बच्चों को, आई बियर विटनेस अभी आप लोगों ने किया था। नोइंग गॉड मीन्स नोइंग द मैनिफेस्टेशन ऑफ गॉड एंड ओबेइंग, नहीं, पूजा करने का मतलब है ओबेइंग द टीचिंग ऑफ गॉड विच हैज बीन रिटन डाउन इन द होली बुक्स रिटन बाय देम। ठीक है। अब जो बच्चा ये नहीं बता पाता है तो मैं उससे चुपके से टीचर का नाम पूछ लेती हूँ। हर बच्चे को अपनी टीचर का नाम जरूर याद होता है, और उसकी शामत है, वो नौकरी में नहीं रहेगी। थैंक यू।
Okay. Thank you, Mommy. So, very good morning, Jai Jagat. It's almost just beginning of afternoon, but so glad that Mommy can be here and inspire you with an amazing story, which is actually a real story. 23 years of age. How many of you are 23 and below here? Anybody? Acha, those are my team members, largely. Okay, great. Yeah, so imagine being 23 and starting something with nothing and making it what it is today. And today also I can say that CMS would not run without Mommy, for sure. So in August, we'll be celebrating her 92nd birthday. 8th of August, not far away. So anyway, I should say she's a daily inspiration for me because I have the privilege of being in Mummy's apartment, staying with her. And so it's really nice to be together and be able to spend that time. Though I get very snippets of it, small snippets of it, because she is all day working, even at this point in time. I think we would not be able to work this hard. And she manages to do multiple things at once. I would not be able to see 20 people in front of me and handle all of them efficiently as she does. So I have so much to learn every single day from my mother. And with education, of course, I think ALfA would not be here, as you've heard me say earlier also, that it is her thoughts, her ideas about the child that got me thinking. For example, she'd say कि हर बच्चे को एक quality associate करो. तो इन्होंने हम लोग के साथ भी वही किया. ठीक है, तो मेरे को एक quality दी. मेरी बहन गीता जो आप जानते हैं, प्रोफेसर किंगडन, उनको एक क्वालिटी दी. मेरे भैया विनय को एक क्वालिटी दी, और नीता जो यंगेस्ट है उनको भी एक क्वालिटी दी. तो दैट वाज रियली पावरफुल, बिकॉज व्हाट शी टॉट अस इज कि एक क्वालिटी के सारी क्वालिटीज आ जाती हैं अंदर, लेकिन वो बच्चा अपने को एसोसिएट करने लगता है उस क्वालिटी से और उसको फिर वो परफेक्ट करता है. तो आई टुक दिस कॉन्सेप्ट टू आइसलैंड. मैंने आइसलैंड में स्कूल शुरू किए थे, वहाँ ले गई मैं इसे. तो एक्सपेरिमेंटल वर्क मेरा मम्मी के आधार पे, मम्मी के विचारों के आधार पर शुरू हुआ कई साल पहले सिटी मॉन्टेसरी स्कूल में, फिर आइसलैंड में. आइसलैंड में आई ब्रॉट पीपल. हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ हावर्ड गार्डनर? एनीवन? या so multiple intelligences fame. So I brought him to Iceland, his wife Ellen Winner, and his 4 kids, as a bribe, if you like. You come to Iceland and you can be there for 10 days with your family, and I get to talk to you. So then he came and we discussed what I'm working on. We brought something like 20 other educators from all over the world to Iceland when I was working there. Working as in, like, I won the bid to run Iceland's first 2 charter schools. So Iceland did not have the concept of charter schooling. And that is sort of an American concept, but governments do it too, where you build a building. Like, for example, the government buildings in Lucknow. You build a building, you provide furniture, and then you give it to a private party to run it. For that, you have to bid for it. Like, as a private party has to bid for it. It's a PPP, private public partnership model, PPP. And so Iceland bid for the first schools to be run by a private party. Beautiful schools, awesome, high quality schools, just, feast of the eye, and just sturdy and very good materials and everything. And those government schools are not the same, unfortunately, as we have here. Government schools here are not so good. But they are only schools that they have are the government schools, or were the government schools. So when they ran the bid, somebody contacted me from Iceland. I was in the United States at that time, but I had given a lecture in Iceland a year ago prior to that. And somebody in the audience was a lady called Stein Gudnadottir. And she emailed me saying that we would love for you to bid for this school project that our city council of Hafnarfjörður, which is a town near Reykjavik, the capital, that we are going to bid the first schools to a private party, and please, we would like you to bid. So reluctantly, I thought, how will I win? And you have to write in Icelandic and all that. Who will bid? I don't want to stay in Iceland the rest of my life. So anyway, but she was very insistent. No, no, no. I want exactly what you said the other day in that meeting, and I still remember you have to bid. So on her urging, I went to Iceland, and I set up what's called Education Society of Iceland, and in Icelandic is called Islensku Mentasamtökin. So I started IMS, and in that I invited some of the top people of Iceland to be part of the committee that ran it, because I really had no intention to run a school in Iceland. And we bid for it, and we won the bids. So the first 2 charter schools of Iceland were run by me, right? And so it is something that, I started doing Mummy's idea. We had 123 students in the elementary school in first year, and neighborhood children came, so 123. And we gave each one a quality. Every one of them, the teachers gave each one a quality. We made a poster, and it said the name of the child and the quality, name of the child and the quality. And that was the poster of the school that we gave at the annual function. So this is something that, I learned from Mummy, and I started trying her ideas in Iceland. And of course, in India and Lucknow, whenever I'd come, Mummy would say, "Jo karna hai karo." तो हम अपने क्रेजी आइडियाज़ को CMS में ट्राई करते आए, और इस तरह से धीरे 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 एक्सपेरिमेंट करके फिर आइसलैंड में भी काफ़ी लंबे और भी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए जो मम्मी के विचारों पे आधारित थे, जैसे कंपटीशन विद सेल्फ। क्यों कंपेयर करते हो किसी को किसी से, राइट? दैट वाज अ वेरी पावरफुल आइडिया, लेकिन उसको एजुकेशन में कैसे लाएं? विचार तो सही है, तो उसके लिए फिर बहुत सारा हम लोगों को रिसर्च करनी पड़ी, और अच्छे अच्छे आइडियाज़ आते गए, और इससे 15 साल लगे मुझे। जब मैं भारत आई थी तो फिर यहाँ पे कुछ चीज़ें करी, और एक इप्सिटिव करके हमने पद्धति का डेवलप किया है, जो अब अमेरिका में भी इस समय यूज़ हो रही है। तो एक जॉन करीपो करके हैं, वो पूरे अमेरिका में उसको स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं। बात कहने की ये है कि मम्मी इज़ द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ ऑल द थिंकिंग दैट आई हैव ऑन एजुकेशन, लिटरली। ओके, सो अब उसको साकार करना, मम्मी का एक विजन था, जैसे बहुत समय से मम्मी कह रही थी कि भी इंग्लिश में बच्चे हमारे क्यों नहीं बोलते, बिकॉज नॉट मातृभाषा, राइट? ऑब्वियसली टीचर्स ऑल्सो, मम्मी हैज मेड अ स्ट्रिक्ट रूल, यू आर गोइंग टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. Sometimes we do break into Hindi, like I have broken into Hindi today, but when we are in front of children, we should be ideal form. We should not be our natural, whatever comes easy to us, but more like striving towards what could be ideal in front of the children. So this is another thing I learned from mommy. She used to say कि आपके घर में लड़ाई हो गई husband से, आप स्कूल आए, तो आपको जितनी भी आपकी समस्याएं हैं, जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है, या कोई इल्स है, you like smoking, not you ladies, but a teacher, for example. So you drop it outside the school door. When you come inside the school gate, you should be an ideal form of human being, because you are nurturing a whole generation. You don't want them to see you unhappy. You don't want them to see you having any kind of ill. And so behavior is number one. Hard behavior is number one as an example. So even if it falls more natural to us to speak in Hindi, we will speak in English. So that is one thing that, obviously very, very important. But then how to make it possible that all the children, especially the little ones, can naturally speak in English. And that's why I think our ALfA program is beginning to suggest that this is another way in which we can do it, rather than strictly fine them, tell them off. It's not enough. It's not the right way, in fact, even. So the better way is that we give them the tools by which they can learn English by themselves and with each other. And you model that behavior. So now, having said all that, this is, I suppose, a precursor to why we are here together today. So how many of you are middle-level leaders? Please, can you raise your hands? Okay, all right. And how many of you are teachers at CMS? How many of you are teachers at City International School? Is Savita ma'am here? Ma'am, you should come to the front. Oh my goodness. Please, please, please. Savita ma'am. Savita Makija ma'am, mama. Please come to the front. Savita Makija ma'am has been headmistress of City Montessori School, Station Road campus for many years. And it's my privilege to announce that she's now the principal as of 2 days ago of City International School, Manas City, Lucknow. Savita Makija ma'am, please say a few words.
Good morning, good afternoon, I guess. Yes, good afternoon and Jai Jagat, everyone. A louder Jai Jagat. And how is the Josh? Are you ready to learn? Very good, well done. All the best and let the learning begin.
Thank you. Is Bittu ma'am here? No. Okay, never mind. Please do be seated next to my mother. Thank you. So it's really nice when we can sort of cross, learn from each other and cross-fertilize ideas about change. City International School is where ALfA began. And because, one thing you have to do, we have to learn from the pages of City International School in the sense that we have to be willing to take the risk. Because when you're implementing change, parents will say, nahi chalta, nahi work karega. Aur wahan pe we lost so many parents, we even lost teachers because they wanted a traditional education. How many of you are from CIS? I see, acha, no, now you changed gears. You're from another, from Aliganj one, right? Okay, all righty. So, it's nice to have Menka here with us. Menka, can you please stand up? She has been a teacher of grade 4 at CIS and now she's at Aliganj 1. So we're doing both ways. Okay, so our great teachers are, of course, Rashmi, you're here from CIS also, parent also of CIS. Anyway, the point is that somewhere we lost a lot of children and a lot of, parents spread the word, यहाँ तो बच्चे बहुत joyfully रहते हैं, शायद पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है. Because they don't like the idea कि बच्चे खेल-खेल में सीख जाएं. Right? उनको लगना चाहिए कि बच्चा बड़ा stressed out है. लगता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा बोझ है काम का, तब लगता है कि पढ़ाई हो रही है. तो वो खेल-खेल में सीख जाएं. और कीर्ति जी हैं यहाँ पे 3rd ग्रेड की. 3rd ग्रेड के MLLs कौन-कौन हैं यहाँ पे या टीचर्स? 3rd ग्रेड के. मैम कीर्ति, who else is here? Okay, Richa, come to the front. There's a seat here. And of course, Amarjot from Rajanagar too. Very happy to have you here. That's great. Class 3, anybody else? 3 of you? Anybody else? Okay, class 3 is really, really important because I'm sure that Kirti, she was worrying, and Richa, I'm not sure so much, but I know Kirti was worrying about class 3 में हमारे बच्चों का क्या होगा. आप लोग वरी करते हैं जब बच्चे आपके क्लास 2 में क्लास 3 में जाएंगे, क्लास 2 के बच्चे, तो आप लोग, you must be worrying कि क्या होगा. What will happen to my children, right? Kirti, come to the front, please, if you don't mind. And you also, Richa, come to the front. And Amarjot, please come. So basically, क्या होगा CSSL में? आपका prediction क्या है कि अल्फा के बच्चे ज़्यादा अच्छा करेंगे CSSL में? 5 campuses ने क्लास 3 लिया डर के मारे. डर गए. कितने campuses ने लिया? 5. कितने campuses CMS में? 21. 21 में से 5 ने, थोड़ा सा कोक्सिंग भी शायद हुई, लेकिन 5 ने लिया फाइनली. तो बहुत डर रहे हैं, क्योंकि डर रहे हैं क्या कि CSSL में हमारे बच्चों का क्या होगा. सबको पता है CSSL क्या है? Yeah, it is an alternative third party evaluation of our children that begins in grade 3 and goes up to grade 12 now. So it's a third party, and I know Vajanti, who's started it, and she's doing a tremendous job making these papers. Of course, Innovation Wing is supporting the correction and the improvement of the papers, but they are little tricky compared to the normal papers we were giving. But that has raised the standard of thinking that what could a good question look like? And the teachers are now in dialogue as to what a good question looks like. But उसके डर के मारे, और पहली बार बच्चे कक्षा 3 में आके टेस्ट लेंगे, तो क्या हमारे बच्चे, माने अल्फा के बच्चे, can they do better or will they do worse? Okay, so my question to you is, raise your hands if you think that option A, that the alpha children in grade 3 CSSL will do better. Option B, which we'll raise your hands for, is the other way around. Okay, so how many say they'll do better? Option A. The 3 here too. Okay, how many say the other way around? They'll do worse. See, the jury is still out, right? अभी तो टेस्ट हुआ नहीं है. जब होगा, जब रिजल्ट्स आएंगे, कोलेट होंगे रिजल्ट्स, तब पता चलेगा कितने पानी में है. लेकिन अभी आपका कॉन्फिडेंस क्या है? लेट्स सी. Because see, it's very important to envision what are we creating. देखिए, आप क्लास में जाके बिजी हो जाते हैं डेली. कुछ ना कुछ करना है, टीचर्स हैं, रिदम है, हम स्टक हो जाते हैं उन चीज़ों पर. लेकिन विजन क्या है? हमें कहाँ ले जानी है अपनी गाड़ी को? तो आप बताइए प्लीज मैम. कीर्ति मैम एंड देन रिचा मैम. Amarjot.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Kirti Chaudhary from Gomti Nagar Extension Branch, and I'm Class 3 coordinator. So now the question is this, that, yes, ma'am. So now the question is this, that what we are doing actually. We are taking up grade 3 CSSL with ALfA. Now, what is the difference? The only difference is this, that we are taking up ALfA pedagogy. That is it, right? The syllabus is same. The your content is same. Your maths content is same. Everything is same. The difference is this, that we are taking up through ALfA pedagogy. Now, what is ALfA pedagogy? ALfA pedagogy, where the children will learn on their own, right? We are not teaching them, we are not asking them to mug up and come and just write the answers. They have to learn themselves, and we all know that learning by doing is always better. Yes? Now, why we are getting good response from the parents? Because they already studied ALfA in grade 2. Now the thing is this, they are not confused now. They know what they are studying. They know the pattern. They practiced it, right? So now these parents, and even ma'am, our branch, we are very much comfortable and confident. We know that we are moving on right path. We know that how to teach, in fact, how they will learn. Not teach, how they will learn. Now, how we have to teach to whom? To our galvanizer, that not to teach. Let them learn on their own. Yes? And ma'am, she has provided us with so nicely well prepared companion books. I think grade 3 teacher must clap for that. We are so happy, we are so confident that these books are just like a magic book, right? We have already completed our course, now we are doing revision, and that book is such a, that is a weapon where children are free. The parents are having good content where they can go through the books, they can just try at home also. So there is no any confusion. We are so happy, we are so confident, and we are not scared of CSSL because
Good.
we know that we are going on right track. Our children are learning better, and our galvanizers, they are well trained now. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Awesome, awesome. Kirti, you've turned around quite a bit because I remember the discussion in Ma'am Batra's office. You're like, ma'am, हमारे teachers नहीं कर पाएंगे. Remember that discussion? Oh, faith. So that's where faith comes in, right?
Yes, that time I was scared because now we have, I said, good weapon, the Sky High book. You just go through, means you won't believe that non-ALfA branches are also going through it. And of course, class 3 teachers, please raise your hand. Yes. Look at the content of the book. Each and everything minutely. It is described in the book, the exercises, each and everything. As soon as children covers any child covers that lesson, the child is well trained. That child can answer any of the question. So thank you, ma'am, for the Sky High and the companion book.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Richa. Thank you, Kirti.
Jai Jagat, everyone. I'm Richa Bhatnagar. I am the primary coordinator and the ALfA coordinator from CMS Aliganj campus 2. And here I would like to appreciate respected Sunita Gandhi ma'am that yes, of course, as Kirti ma'am has said, companion book is relatively a wonderful weapon. When I got through this book, like previously I had done some research work as was asked by our respected ma'am regarding this ALfA English book and Hindi and maths. So I found ALfA English tremendously awesome. And the reason why, because there is one character named Ollie and the entire book talks about the journey of that major character. So it's not that the lessons or the chapters or the poems, like after every chapter we have certain new characters. Plus, grade 3 students, they are learning some new words, optometrist, ophthalmologist. So these are certain words which we used to teach the learners at a higher grade. So here we are not talking about the, the learning as we are talking about the learning aspect. We are not talking about the age criteria. So that is also very good. Plus, the parents now, they are quite familiar with the ALfA pedagogy. They are enthusiastic with the ALfA pedagogy, and the students, they are taking an initiative. They are framing their own questions. When we go to the class, we have to just give them a prompt, and then pat comes the reply. And it's that, ma'am, can I just hold your hand? Like, now they are familiar, they have to give the answer like this. I don't have to say anything. Whenever they want to answer, they will automatically just hold each other's hand and there. So this is peer learning. Plus, like for every new thing, they are coming up with wonderful ideas. They are doing the think pair activity at their home also. If any homestretch activity is being provided to them, suppose I just gave them, okay, prepare a sandwich for your non-fire activity. I just gave them, like, your parent, you are in a situation when you are feeling hungry and your mama is not over there at your home and your grandparents are also not available, and all of a sudden somebody comes. Now what are you going to do? So they shared one activity with me. A child came up, ma'am, I prepared vegetable sandwich, and I put some sausage and all those things. And whom did you pair up? I paired with my dad. So what if mama is not over there? So I prepared it, and dad helped me out with cutting and chopping. So, this is ALfA, where the students, they automatically think critically. They communicate, they collaborate, they make use of their 4C skills and 4C traits. It's not that they have to be guided every now and then by their elders. They themselves become the leaders at their home, plus anywhere in the society. And kudos goes to our respected ma'am for giving us this initiative. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, Jai Jagat everyone. I am Amarjot Kaur from Rajendra Nagar Campus 2, and I am an ALfA MLL looking after pre-primary to class 3. So basically, I was taking pre-primary section, but for some time, our teacher was not there. So I stepped inside the classes for taking 1, 2, and 3. I was not having any knowledge about class 3 grade, and I messaged ma'am also for the same. I am also in a learning phase for pre-primary section, and ma'am is always there with us. She has always hand-holded us. And I would like to thank ma'am for providing us with the companion books, as I was not having any knowledge about CSSL because I was completely into my pre-primary section. So with the companion books, I got an idea what actually the CSSL paper comprises of. So thank you so much, ma'am, for the hand-holding. I request everybody to please give a round of applause for ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Amarjot. You're amazing. Keep it up, all three of you. Thank you very much for being here. I think it's good to get encouraged by each other's testimonies. Now we need to go into what could be better, right? Where are we not doing ALfA correctly? So we have always talked about two beliefs. Belief number one, please, ma'am, you can. No, you wanted to share the companion books. Acha, never mind. It's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. So basically, what's not going so well, perhaps, I mean, maybe it's going really well, but you have to be vigilant about these things. These are small things, but they add up to the story, and they are so essentially, fundamentally important for ALfA. So, what are the things that are going wrong? Pardon? Mixing of curriculum, traditional and modern, or traditional and ALfA. Right? I think yes, yes. Starting with ALfA and treating ALfA books as like they are books, and doing the traditional. Right? This is really a major, major issue. But what are the two beliefs we've said are the most fundamentally important beliefs when we look at ALfA? Please, ma'am. Taneja, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Believe in the ALfA pedagogy and believe in the child. Those are fundamentally important. See, if you don't believe and you do something because somebody told you to do it, because Dr. Gandhi said you should do it, or because Bharati Gandhi ma'am said you should do it, that's one way. You know, we obey, we follow. But it's not in our heart. We don't really agree with it. We want something else. That's one possibility. The other possibility is that we are, you know, a bit used to the way we've always done. So sometimes habits are very, very hard to change because we fall into our old patterns of behavior. Sometimes it could be that we don't know exactly what we are supposed to do. And this is where we are here. You know, I think the faith is really critical because faith, as Christ said, moves mountains. Faith can move mountains. It can help you overcome any kind of difficulty if you have faith. Because you keep trying because you have faith that this will work out. When you don't have faith, you give up easily, go back to the old. And I think we need to really watch out for it in our own behavior as teachers, as galvanizers, as MLLs. I think galvanizer should be a title to be earned and not an entitlement. Agreed? Because we are on a journey to become a galvanizer. You're going to become a showcase for the world only because you've become galvanizers, not because you're on the journey, right? To some extent, yes, but not because you're a traditional teacher using the ALfA books. ALfA books are there just, you know, like 2 plus 2 will be a 4. What's the difference? See, you can't make 2 plus 2 a 5 in ALfA books, right? It's going to be 2 plus 2 is a 4. The content is not what's changing. What's changing is our transaction process. What's changing is the way we empower children to learn by themselves. That is what's changing. So, how do we do that to empower the children? We're talking about 3-year-olds. Many of you did not possibly believe, and talking about belief now, did not possibly believe that 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds can learn by themselves and with each other. Now, do you have better belief? How many say, now we have a better belief? Raise your hands. Okay? More belief. Some of you still not convinced, but maybe you're not teaching Montessori nursery. So belief comes from acting with faith. Once you've done it the same way. So yesterday when we were talking to the government teachers, I was talking about the Nirma ka hai na, pehle istemal kare, phir vishwas kare. We've talked about that on and off. पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर विश्वास करें. इस्तेमाल तो करिए ना, लेकिन अगर आप निर्मा के साथ कुछ और पाउडर जोड़ देते हैं तो फिर निर्मा की प्रॉमिस आपको कहाँ रही? फिर आप कहेंगे अरे मेरे तो कपड़े खराब हो गए, मेरे बच्चों ने इतनी जल्दी नहीं सीखा. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने निर्मा को यूज ही नहीं किया, आपने तो मिश्रण बना लिया. तो मिश्रण में जो भी चीज हम करते हैं वो चीज नहीं होती जो ओरिजिनल होती है. जैसे हम कहते हैं ब्रांड वैल्यू. ठीक है, आपकी ब्रांड है अल्फा, right? You mix it up with any other brand, like for example you might wear a skirt of same look and feel, yes or no, right? Somebody can make a replica, like Chinese do wonderful replicas of Gucci purses and God knows what, but it's not Gucci. I'm not saying that we are talking about this to say that children should become elitist. I'm talking about being true to the form, true to what it is and what's meant to be. And if you're veering from it, if you're changing it, it's not that. So we want to be true purists about ALfA. Similarly, with Montessori, my mother began the school as a Montessori school. Now, if the teachers are coming with the experience of whatever it was at that time, and they're saying, no, 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 Montessori is okay, but then I know better, we would not have had that beautiful Montessori school. And I think ALfA needs to be that way. Now, the challenge is that we are having those difficulties. I want somebody to say, any one of you, from the back, from the middle, from the front, why it is that some of the teachers are still doing the old way, and what have you as MLLs noticed that is not ALfA in your classrooms today? Whether it be a new campus or an existing campus from 2-3 years that's doing ALfA. What are the things you as leaders are noticing that's not quite what it needs to be? देखिए परख भी होती है, ठीक है, एक परख होती है, एक आदमी जाते ही कहता है ये अल्फा नहीं है, वो परख हम लोगों को डेवलप करनी है एज मिडिल लेवल लीडर्स, इवन एज टीचर्स. एम आई डूइंग अल्फा, एम आई नॉट डूइंग अल्फा? सो वो परख कैसे डेवलप करें? यू नो, लाइक अ गुड आर्टिस्ट keeps making the stroke till it feels right. You know it's right now. So how do we develop that intuition, that feeling, this is alpha, this is not alpha? And what are you noticing in your classes? Anyone? Those that have not spoken, Richaji? I know Ahuja ma'am, you're doing a good job. So what is it that you're noticing that teachers could do better? Please, can you come to the front?
Jai Jagat everyone. So I think that teachers should follow the 4 steps religiously. It is very important to follow the pedagogy, otherwise we'll not be able to achieve what we are up to. So teachers have to follow the ALfA pedagogy, and random pairing is a must for that. So if the teachers are following all the steps, they will definitely reach their goal. At times, but if we wish to, then we can definitely do it. Sometimes it is challenging for the teachers, for the random pairings, and to follow all the step, maybe time constraint, but still, ma'am, we have to follow it religiously. So teachers are doing, but still we have to, as MLLs also, we have to empower our teachers to follow all the steps. Thank you.
What are the other difficulties? Okay, let's think of it as what are the parents complaining about, right? What are your parents saying that, you know, you're not getting enough of this or enough of that, or this is not quite right? And I think we can say that Hindi kindergarten is something we want to work on just a little bit more. Yes, ma'am, please. Please say your name, your campus, your grade.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm from CMS Golf City, Niti. I'm the pre-primary in charge. Well, ma'am, regarding Hindi, as you mentioned, the problem with Hindi is, ma'am, matraएं. The parents, they came day before yesterday, and the mother was...
Today, they came today.
Day before yesterday.
Pardon?
Day before yesterday.
Day before
ma'am.
yesterday, okay.
So they came and they were complaining that why are you introducing 2 matras in one module? Suppose it is a and a. So we had just introduced this, and we could see that they were really furious. According to them, they said that we are both working and it's not possible for us to teach them at home. And then in the same day, you're introducing 2 things. How do I, as a parent, go about explaining these? So he also requested that you should make sure that one module that wherein there are 2 matras, you should repeat that module thrice in a week. Like it should be not like it should not have any other module
How many
introduced.
periods in a week for Hindi?
Ma'am, we have Hindi almost every day, ma'am.
Hindi almost every day?
Yes, yes. 5, minimum 5. Yes.
5 periods.
5.
One a day, approximately. 6
Yes,
a day.
yes,
Some
ma'am.
campuses 6 a day. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 6 a day. Okay.
A week, yes. a
Okay, I
week,
got your
not-
point. Thank you very much. We've had a discussion just 2 days ago also. I think I talked to your principal, ma'am, Rima Sethi, ma'am, and I'm going to want to talk to these parents. Right? Ma'am Batra often called me up. There was an issue. She said, come over, let's see. And even Aliganj too, Samvida ma'am would call me up if there was an issue, though she mostly handled it very well herself, right? So there is, see, you are a new campus. Please be seated, right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're a new campus, and there is a lot of belief that has to happen among ourselves first. it all begins with our own belief. If you feel that your children are not learning fast enough, let's check that thought, right? Firstly, remind the parents that they have learned all the letters that they would normally know at the end of the year, they've learned in 6 weeks. Yes or no? Right? They would take a whole year to learn the A, E, Kaka, Gaga in alphabetical order, in the old way. They take a whole year. So they should be happy and surprised, oh, my children know so much, right? But they are complaining because they have learned Hindi the certain way. They have taken their good old time on it, and they are putting fear in their own children's hearts that this is difficult, which is an absolute no-no. पेरेंट्स ही बताएंगे उनको बड़ा मुश्किल है, मेरे बच्चे कर नहीं पाएंगे और मेरे बच्चे को बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है, मैं कैसे पढ़ाऊंगा या पढ़ाऊंगी. This is really not a good parent style. You'll agree? पेरेंट्स को ही हमें पहले तो अपने को सशक्त करना है, पहले अपने विश्वास को बढ़ाना है. क्या संभव है कि बच्चे मात्राएं 2 मात्राएं एक दिन में सीख सकते हैं अगर हम उसे वर्बल करा रहे हैं, बस छोटा सा किताब के अंदर वो एक ट्रेसिंग कर रहे हैं मात्रा की. अदर देन दैट वी आर नॉट डूइंग राइटिंग, बिकॉज राइटिंग इटसेल्फ इज अ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस. राइटिंग इज द हार्डेस्ट पार्ट. Reading used to be the hardest part. Now reading is easier, a lot easier. So we'll open up the book for KG. I've had it up here. This is Hindi KG ka, level 3. So can you Neeta, right? Sorry. Yeah, please come. And one more person, KG person, who's been teaching Hindi or is an MLL for Hindi. Hindi in kindergarten. One more person, please. Okay. What campus are you from? Indiranagar campus too. Good. So it's good to have a new campus and a experienced campus. Not that you're not experienced, just that I think it'll take time to develop that feeling that, yes, my kids can do it. That feeling is very important, because if you are listening to them and you don't have enough arguments to share with them, then we are losing the battle a bit. Because you're perhaps also feeling that kaise hoga, right? Please come this way. Come to the middle. Okay, so you're going to do this for me. Open, please, Nashan sir. Please open the book. So this is the exact same process for kindergarten 1, 2, where we've given the early lesson regarding the letters and the matras, right? So let's first understand the process. I know you know it, but still one more time. Both of you know it. Okay. Thank you. Right. Good. All right. Okay, this is the first lesson. Looks very daunting for a child who's never, ever done Hindi and doesn't know a single letter. This would be very daunting, but you've done it. How did that go? Go ahead.
Ma'am, that was good. Like the children were responding. We followed the 4-step process and they were able to answer. We were able to do justice in these modules. They were able to understand.
So why is that parent not appreciating this part? She's representing 10 parents, other parents. She's speaking on behalf of many other parents. We don't know whether she is, but she says so.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll always get one parent who is leading the way in their thinking, and because Hindi तो उनको आता ही है, अंग्रेजी भले ही नहीं बोल पाए उसके बारे में कि आप क्यों डायग्राफ सिखा रहे हैं, वो उनको वर्ड ही नहीं पता होगा डायग्राफ क्या होता है, ठीक है. लेकिन हिंदी के बारे में क्योंकि वो विद्वान है हिंदी के, तो जरूर तिकड़मबाजी करेंगे, ठीक है. तो बताइए फिर. हाँ, तो अब इसको कैसे आपने सिखाया, बताइए प्लीज. आप दोनों के बीच करिए, एक जना. सो आपको करना क्या है, देखिए पहले जब आप चित्र का पहले पूछेंगे क्या, यह क्या है, इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है, क्या बना, राइट, या नया शब्द क्या बना, ठीक है. तो और भी शॉर्टर कर सकते हैं, नया शब्द, राइट. सो दैट्स डन. एंड उसके बाद जब आप ये सब कर रहे हैं तो बच्चे क्या लेटर्स को पहचानते हैं कि चित्र को पहचानते हैं? चित्र को अगर नहीं जानते तो आप बता सकते हैं चित्र क्या है, ठीक है. कोई मतलब जैसे आपका नाम क्या है मुझे थोड़ी पता है, आपको उस चित्र का नाम बताना पड़ेगा. देन द चाइल्ड से अच्छा ये व्हाटएवर इट इज, ठीक है. तो चित्र का नाम तो बताना है आपको. जब बच्चे को चित्र का नाम, अच्छा चित्र ज्यादा याद रखेंगे कि वो बगैर चित्र के लेटर्स को ज़्यादा याद रखेंगे? Naturally, that is how we are wired as human beings. We learn better through visualization. And क्या बच्चे पहले ही दिन ये प्रथम पेज कर सकते हैं? केजी के बच्चे जिन्होंने कभी एक भी लेटर नहीं देखा, चलिए अब आप दिखाइए कैसे करते हैं. ठीक.
Hi, Hira.
Hi, Moti.
Okay, we do say hi also. अच्छा, तो ये मुझे बताओ, यह चित्र क्या है?
यह उल्लू है.
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि ऊ है.
अब आगे चलते हैं, वह चित्र क्या है? I don't have a point.
For a second,
Yes.
just stop you for a second. So you can ask questions around उल्लू. उल्लू देखा है, उल्लू कब आता है, जीके कनेक्ट आप कर सकते हैं, उल्लू का हूट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो बच्चे को रियलाइज करने के लिए और रुचिकर बनाने के लिए, नीचे रख दीजिए मैम, इसको नीचे रख दीजिए, यहीं रख दीजिए. रुचिकर बनाने के लिए उसको आपको क्या करना है कि उसको एक्ट आउट करना है, क्योंकि जैसे ठठेरा आज की डेट में बच्चों ने नहीं देखा होगा, उल्लू भी शायद नहीं देखा होगा, लेकिन उसको चित्र के अलावा उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा आप इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं. और बच्चों को भी कहिए घर जाके मम्मी पापा से पूछो, दादा दादी से पूछो कि ये क्या है, आपने कभी देखा है इसे, राइट? तो इस तरह से उनके अंदर क्यूरियोसिटी का डेवलपमेंट भी करना है. तो वी आर सेइंग एक्ट आउट करिए, प्रश्न उसके आसपास के पूछिए और रियलाइज कराइए. पहले लेसन दे दीजिए. आई एग्री विद दैट अप्रोच कि पहले आप लेसन दे दीजिए, उसके बाद फिर जाके ये चीज़ें भी आप कर सकते हैं ना, दोबारा करेंगे. प्लस जो नया वर्ड बन रहा है, जैसे कि यह बन रहा है उठ, तो उसको एक्ट आउट कर सकते हैं, ज़्यादा अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी. उसे एक वाक्य बनवा सकते हैं, उससे ज़्यादा अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी. आपको हर चीज़ को मॉडल करना है, डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करना है, मे बी इन स्टेप्स. पहला स्टेप डिकोडिंग, ब्लेंडिंग. Next step, acting out, relating to things in the context of that particular whatever it is, and also the word acting out, making sentences. So stepwise, you can go in those directions, and that way children learn how to do it in a richer way. It's not just यह क्या है, इसकी पहली आवाज क्या है. ठीक है? Please continue. Yeah. Okay.
इन दोनों ध्वनियों को जोड़कर क्या शब्द बनता है?
उठ. उठ.
बहुत अच्छे.
So this is step 1. Now step 2. Yeah, you have to swap roles. Yeah, because it's never complete till both have played the roles. Right. So your turn now. Not the same word. Please keep in mind, हम लोग ये गलती करते हैं, उसी वर्ड को दोहराते हैं, वो दोहराना नहीं है. नेक्स्ट वर्ड पे जाइए. बच्चे को एक प्रक्रिया सिखानी है, वो एग्जैक्ट चीजें समझ जाए, सीख जाए, ये हमारा गोल नहीं है. हमारा गोल है कि बच्चों को प्रक्रिया पता होनी चाहिए, प्रोसेस पता होना चाहिए, बाय विच दे कैन लर्न बाय देमसेल्व्स एंड विद ईच अदर. एंड द टेकिंग टर्न्स इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ दैट प्रक्रिया, दैट प्रोसेस. ओके, सो गो अहेड.
यह चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
यह चित्र कछुआ दर्शाता है.
क्या आप बता सकते हैं आपने इसे और कहाँ देखा है?
कछुए को मैंने पानी के पास देखा है.
बहुत अच्छे. यह चित्र क्या, इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क है.
बहुत अच्छे. यह चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
यह चित्र रस्सी दर्शाता है.
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि र है.
बहुत अच्छे. इन ध्वनियों को जोड़कर कौन सा नया शब्द बनेगा?
इन ध्वनियों को जोड़कर नया शब्द कर बनेगा.
बहुत अच्छे.
गुड. लास्ट ईयर हम लोग के जो वर्ड्स थे वो सेम थे तीनों के बुक्स में, इस बार अलग अलग हैं, राइट? सो थोड़ा सा वैरायटी आ रही है, क्योंकि बच्चों को प्रोसेस तो पता होना चाहिए, लेकिन वोकैबुलरी भी उनकी इंक्रीज हो सकती है थ्रू दिस प्रोसेस. ओके, नाउ सेकंड स्टेप, you're going to talk about it like GK context, and maybe act out some of the things in it that you can act out, right? So try that, please. Just maybe with a third word, or even with the first word, because you've not really finished that second part of the first word, which is talking about it, GK connect.
पहला शब्द क्या बना है?
ऊठ उठ।
बहुत अच्छे। क्या इससे आप कोई वाक्य बना सकते हैं?
उठ कर आ।
बहुत अच्छे। क्या सभी इसके साथ एक्टिंग कर सकते हैं? उठकर
That's a
आ।
good idea. The whole class can act. Yeah.
उठ कर आ। उठ कर आ। एक कदम आगे लीजिए।
Very good.
उठ कर आ। बहुत अच्छे।
Lovely. Very
बैठ
nice.
जाइए।
Right. Okay, good. So you can get the children involved kinesthetically. And I love the variation that you've just done. Get the whole class to do it even in this way because it's like kinesthetic movement based activity. They can all be involved in. Very nice. Okay. Then anything GK related with any of the letters, pictures, with the first word? Ut.
क्या आप बता सकते हैं कौन सा जानवर है जो बहुत धीमे चलता हो?
कछुआ बहुत धीमे चलता है।
बहुत अच्छे।
Okay, धीरे चल के दिखाइए सारे क्लास को बोलिए।
धीरे 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 धीरे।
You can
आप भी
also
चलिए।
good. You can connect to the Kachua and Khargosh story, and so
क्या आपको याद है कछुए की कहानी?
हाँ।
क्या कछुआ जीता था?
हाँ।
तो कछुआ जीता था तो स्लो एंड स्टडी विंस द रेस।
there you go. So you can connect it to moral values. The charm is in doing this, you know, not just rushing through the lesson. Of course, they must know how to decode and blend. That is your number one objective. सबसे प्रथम objective आपका है कि वो decode कर लें और blend कर लें और खुद words बना लें, सारा पेज कर लें। उसके बाद आप इन goals पे आ सकते हैं, है ना? तो उसमें आप revision करें, जैसे कि बात हुई कि आप लोग आगे आ जाएं प्लीज, जिनको बोलना है प्लीज फ्रंट पे आ जाए, इधर आ जाएं, राइट? सो जैसे कि बात हुई कि रिविजन करना है, राइट? ऑब्वियसली एक बार करने से हम सब चीजें नहीं हमारे दिमाग में बैठती हैं, सो वी हैव टू डू रिविजन। तो रिविजन टाइम पे आप ये कर सकते हैं क्या कि बच्चों से जीके कनेक्ट करवाना, उनसे कहना घर जाके आप लोग इसको एक्ट आउट करिए, अगले दिन आके बताइए, मम्मी पापा के साथ, दादा दादी के साथ करिए, आके स्कूल में बताइए कि आपने क्या क्या किया, एक दूसरे को बताएं। जब हम कहते हैं बताएं, दिस इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी मस्ट नॉट हैव टू चिल्ड्रन स्टैंड अप एंड शेयर और वन चाइल्ड स्टैंड अप एंड शेयर। दैट इज नॉट द वे टू डू इट। द वे टू डू इट कि आप एक दूसरे, जो भी आपका साथी आज का है उसको बताइए, उसके साथ करके दिखाइए, क्योंकि आप एक ही को ला पाएंगे फ्रंट में, दो को ला पाएंगे, तीन को ला पाएंगे, पूरा क्लास 40 बच्चे, 50 बच्चे, 30 बच्चे, जितने भी बच्चे हैं आपके पास, वो केवल देखते रहेंगे। They are not engaged. The idea with ALfA is 100% engagement. Every child on the job, on the task, 100% of the time. If you are not doing that, you're not doing ALfA. माने you're teaching them, of course, but the old way coming in. We're saying, आप आओ, चलो कितनों को पता है इसका जवाब, हाथ उठाओ, एक इधर आओ, बताओ, right? That is old way. या आप लोगों ने कुछ ऐसे लिखा है या आपने कोई कहानी लिखी है तो आप अपनी कहानी आके पढ़ के सुनाओ, ये नहीं करना है, राइट? ठीक है, हम लोग को वो फाइन ट्यूनिंग करनी है कि हमें फ्रंट में आके बच्चों से, चाहे जोड़ों में आए चाहे अकेले आए, केवल जब आते हैं फ्रंट में डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन करते हैं। दैट इज डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ऑफ एन आइडिया, इट्स अ रिविजन ऑफ एन आइडिया दे कैन डू, but they cannot be sharing what they have done as exemplary or as outstanding or as one example of how to do something. That they must do with each other. Why is that? Can somebody comment on that? Why is that? Please, ma'am, you introduce yourself. You had come to say something.
Jai Jagat everyone. I'm Shazia Naseem from Rajendra Nagar 1 branch. And ma'am, when I was taking this page, so जैसे आम आया, तो I was asking them, फलों का राजा कौन सा फल होता है, उसका रंग क्या होता है, ये किस मौसम में आता है? They were answering like this. किस तरीके से इसको खाया जाता है, इनैक्टमेंट करके दिखाइए. They were doing it like this in class. And कछुए की चाल, everybody was moving like कछुआ. So this, in this type, I was doing this page in class.
See, this becomes so much more real. But the trick is that you get them to do it. So everything you do, like even asking questions, demonstrate in the front. Don't be the one asking the whole class. ये क्या करता है, ये कैसे करता है, ये कैसे चलता है, इसकी आवाज क्या है. हम सारे questions अपने बना रहे हैं और बच्चों से पूछ रहे हैं. That is old style. ठीक है? New ALfA way is that you're empowering them to know, अच्छा इस तरह के questions हो सकते हैं. तो आप पहले तो divide करिए चीजों को. So for example, next thing you might do is acting out. That's all you're going to demonstrate. how to act out,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
everything else, right? So you'll call
Ma'am,
a
I was
child.
doing along with them. आम खाकर दिखाइए या
हाँ,
कछुए की तरह चल के दिखाइए. So they
Right.
all were doing it
right,
together and they were enjoying it.
Right.
Energizer भी कुछ ऐसे ही चला दिया जिसमें they were arm was involved, kachua was involved, and everything was involved.
awesome.
So,
And you
yes,
brought
ma'am.
a child to the front to demonstrate,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So you're acting out, let's say one of them, then
Ma'am,
the child is acting
Veera
out the other
Moti.
one.
Veera Moti.
Okay.
In that
Right.
way.
Okay. So then you're demonstrating how they must work in their own pair. Otherwise, सारे questions आपने पूछ लिए, बच्चे क्या पूछेंगे? ठीक है, आपने सारे प्रश्न बना लिए और पूछ लिए. We are not teaching them. Remember what Kirti ma'am said. We are not teaching them. We are enabling them to learn. We are enabling them to learn by themselves. We are teaching them the tricks of the trade that we have kept in our pocket for years and years and years because we are only asking. Instead, we want to empower them that they can make good questions. They can act it out. They can think of 10 ways of doing it. You'll be so pleased when all these kids are in the class acting out differently. Not because you modeled it, now they're acting out just the way you modeled it. That is wrong. That's old. That's passé. We need to be on the new page. So well done. That's good. Can we clap for her, please?
Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Well done.
Thank
That's
you.
really good.
Ma'am, this also enactment of like सुप्रभात हीरा, सुप्रभात मोती, और ये शब्द क्या ये चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
जैसे
ये
लोगों ने अभी
चित्र-
किया बहुत अच्छी तरह से.
हाँ,
बिल्कुल
ये
भाई.
चित्र उल्लू दर्शाता है. देन उल्लू के बारे में बच्चों से क्वेश्चन करना किया दिस टाइप.
नहीं, आप उनसे करें ऐसी, फिर थोड़ा सा सटल पॉइंट है ये, इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है ना. हम लोग प्लीज एक बार फिर से दोहरा लें इस चीज को. एक तो हम उनको करवा रहे हैं और एक है कि हम उनको एम्पावर कर रहे हैं कि वो खुद कर लें. एक बहुत बड़ी काई है इसके बीच में. सो वी हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर that because it's training time, learning time, that you demonstrate, maybe take one of these people and show how you did it with a child. Firstly, पहले बच्चों को आप कैसे पिक करते हैं ये भी बहुत important है. ठीक है, ये नहीं कि चलो so and so come here.
No, no, ma'am.
हाँ?
We have name popsicle.
अच्छा, हमारे यहाँ एक टीचर थी, बहुत प्यारी अच्छी टीचर और अभी भी हैं, बहुत अमेजिंग है. लेकिन वो उन्होंने क्या किया, क्योंकि वीडियो बन रहा था तो चिट तो उठाई लेकिन नाम वो पढ़ा जो उनको पढ़ना था. तो बच्चों को पता लग जाता है कि भाई मैम तो बार बार इसी को बुला रही हैं, राइट. सो हमें बच्चों के साथ बहुत ऑनरेबल, बहुत ऑनेस्ट, बहुत सिंसियर होने की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि द प्राथमिक गोल ऑल्सो इज नॉट एजुकेशन, नॉट लर्निंग इन दैट सेंस. एजुकेशन द ब्रॉडर सेंस, एंड एजुकेशन मीन्स कैरेक्टर का बनाना, उनको सिंसियर बनाना, उनके अंदर इंटेग्रिटी होनी चाहिए, उनके अंदर टू से द राइट थिंग इवन इफ यू माइट गेट स्कोल्डेड. You know, they should learn all these things from you. And scolding, of course, we don't do. Let them feel it for themselves. And your question would be, tell each other, was that a right behavior or could it have been better? So they tell each other everything. Try to turn everything back to the children, not take it on yourself to answer. Right? Got it? Ma? Acha. Okay. All right. So, yeah, can you act it out and show with one of them as your partner? Okay. Don't go away. Can we clap for these two, by the way, before she goes? Thank you very much. Excellent. Yeah.
सुप्रभात हीरा.
सुप्रभात मोती.
आप कैसी हैं?
मैं बहुत अच्छी हूँ. आप कैसे हैं?
मैं भी बहुत बढ़िया हूँ. तो हीरा, आज शुरू करते हैं, कुछ नया सीखते हैं.
जरूर.
तो चलिए पढ़ते हैं क्या लिखा है. ये चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
यह चित्र उल्लू दर्शाता है.
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि ऊ है.
चलिए जानते हैं हम सब ने उल्लू कहाँ देखा है.
उल्लू हमने जंगल में देखा है.
और उल्लू रात में जागता है या दिन में जागता है?
रात में जागता है.
सही कहा हीरा. ये चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
यह चित्र ठठेरा दर्शाता है.
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि ठ है.
ध्वनियों को जोड़ के नया शब्द क्या बना?
ध्वनियों को जोड़कर ठ उठ बना.
बहुत बढ़िया. ये चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
यह चित्र कछुआ दर्शाता है.
हीरा, क्या तुम मुझे
wait, there's something going wrong because you asked questions of the first two sounds. Now it should be swapped, right? So yes. Okay, very important point,
Yes.
right? All of you agree? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. यह चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
ये चित्र कछुआ दर्शाता है।
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि का है।
इस कछुए को हमने कहाँ देखा है?
कछुए को हमने बहुत सी जगह देखा है। चिड़ियाघर में देखा है और नदी के पास देखा है, और मैं कछुए की तरह चल के भी दिखा सकती हूँ।
अच्छा, तो जरा दिखाओ। बहुत अच्छे। यह चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
ये चित्र रस्सी दर्शाता है।
इस चित्र की पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि रा है।
बहुत अच्छे। इन दोनों ध्वनियों को जोड़कर क्या शब्द बनता है?
ध्वनियों को जोड़कर बना का, रा, कर।
बहुत अच्छे।
बहुत बढ़िया।
Awesome. देखिए कितनी spirit थी, and it also matters the teacher is energetic and has a lot of oomph, and so children get attracted to it. They're more listening because you'll find some children who get bored even of the demonstration. So we should be very energized ourselves, very happy to do it, and then that happiness spreads to the children. They enjoy doing it. आपके style में वो करेंगे. So okay, good. Excellent. And now this is your part one. Right? You've got some little bit interesting tidbits along the way, but you can go back to now part two revision. You're coming back to it, and then you can do more. Like for example, prashna banana,
Yes.
कोई कहानी से जोड़ देना, कोई GK से जोड़ देना. All these things can be revision part two. Acting out is very important because it makes it more fun, but also it makes it deeper understanding, deeper connect to that particular picture or that sound or that word. And you can even say, okay, जैसे कि वाक्य बनाना आपने कहा, तो that is, step 3 maybe, where they're making questions for each other and they learn also to do that. And we want them to do in the stretch activity. माने आपको पता है 4 steps हैं, right? पहला है teacher child.
Galvanizer
Everybody
child.
please.
Galvanizer child demo.
Galvanizer, better than a
Child.
teacher.
Child
Galvanizer
demo.
demo. Child demo.
Demo.
Whole class
Working in pairs.
in pairs, and fourth is
Home stretch activity.
stretch. We're now using the term stretch. All kinds of stretch activities. So these are stretch activities. They will learn how to make questions for each other. You cannot assume that they know how to make questions. This is where your role as a galvanizer comes in. Because unless you build context, how do they know? Right? If you put up something and you say question बनाइए, एक question बना के बच्चे चुप हो गए. आपको जैसे आपका ये एज अ स्टूडेंट चाइल्ड डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन चल रहा है, अब आप क्वेश्चंस बना के दिखाइए, ढेरों क्वेश्चंस आप बनाएंगे, बच्चे से पूछेंगे, बच्चा ढेरों क्वेश्चन नेक्स्ट पिक्चर पे एंड वर्ड पे बच्चा बनाएगा, राइट? तो इस तरह से क्या होगा, बच्चों को पता है अच्छा इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं, तो दे नॉट जस्ट गोइंग फॉर अ मिनट एंड डन. प्लीज टेक द नेक्स्ट वर्ड इफ यू लाइक.
ये चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
यह चित्र आम दर्शाता है.
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि आ है.
इसका रंग क्या है?
इसका रंग पीला है.
मैंने तो लाल आम, हरा आम भी देखा है. क्या आपने देखा है?
हाँ देखा है. शायद वो कच्चे होते हैं.
हाँ, उसकी चटनी बना के खाई जाती है. अच्छा ये बताइए, पीले रंग आम किस मौसम में आता है?
आम ज्यादातर गर्मियों के मौसम में या बरसात के मौसम में आता है.
आपको आम खाना पसंद है?
बहुत.
तो क्या आप मुझे दिखा सकती हैं आम कैसे खाया जाता है?
मैं आम को पकड़ती हूँ, उसको अच्छे से धोती हूँ, फिर उसको कट करके खाती हूँ. लेकिन जब बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा खाने का मन करे तो मैं कट भी नहीं करती एंड जस्ट उसको मैं ऐसे ही
बहुत बढ़िया.
Awesome. Clap for her. Very good. Both of them. Clap for both of them. Brilliant. Excellent. Excellent. Now it's your turn, ma'am, to ask questions from
Now you ask.
the teacher. Okay. The teacher is now Tina Toto. How do you like it? Teachers addressed to Tina or Toto. Child is like, okay, Tina, your turn. And you're the teacher, right? So we have to become Tina Totos in front of them. Okay.
Ma'am,
हीरा मोती.
Sorry, in this case, thank you for the reminder, हीरा मोती. So हीरा मोती आपको act out करना है, उन characters को भी develop करना है. Like you can say हीरा से some qualities associated with हीरा, some qualities associated with moti. So they learn values naturally in a way बिकॉज दे स्टार्ट एसोसिएटिंग, अच्छा हीरा जो है जैसे कहानियों के बीच में हम लोग बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर डेवलप करते हैं, जो हिंदी की किताबें हैं उनमें कहानियां भी हैं, फेज 2 में आपको और भी कहानियां मिलेंगी,
Yes, ma'am.
तो उससे कैरेक्टर का डेवलपमेंट बहुत अच्छी तरह से होता है जी। ओके, सो योर टर्न। या
Yes, ma'am. यह चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
ये चित्र फल दर्शाता है।
इस चित्र की पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि फा है।
अच्छा, तो फल कहाँ मिलते हैं?
फल मेरे टिफिन में मिलते हैं, 2 टिफिन लाती हूँ मैं रोज।
अरे वाह!
ब्रिलियंट।
और किस तरह के फल आपको पसंद है? खट्टे,
मेरी-
मीठे या दोनों?
हर फल पसंद है। मेरी मैम कहती हैं 2 टिफिन लाना चाहिए, फल बहुत हेल्दी होते हैं।
बहुत अच्छे, मैं भी खाऊंगी। यह चित्र क्या दर्शाता है?
ये चित्र लट्टू दर्शाता है।
इसकी पहली ध्वनि क्या है?
इसकी पहली ध्वनि ला है।
अच्छा, लड्डू को का हम क्या इस्तेमाल करते हैं?
लट्टू से हम खेलते हैं।
अच्छा, क्या कहाँ खेलते हैं? वो इंडोर गेम है या आउटडोर गेम है?
दोनों ही।
अच्छा, और उसकी जगह मुझे याद आ रहा है शायद फिजेट स्पिनर भी कुछ लट्टू जैसा ही दिखता है ना?
सही कहा आपने।
बहुत अच्छे।
Excellent. Clap, please. Awesome. So now you've engaged them in a longer conversation. You can make it even longer. So they know कि हमें बहुत सारे प्रश्न पूछने हैं. Plus आप कह सकते हैं stretch activity, which is the fourth part of your 4-part lesson, which is based or learning, is to stretch the activity. So stretch is making questions for each other, having those questions be repeated at home, and more questions come up at home with mummy, papa, dada, dadi, and with Tina Toto. Tina Toto can be used in the class and at home, both. So in the past, you know, a lot of us were thinking maybe घर में ही इसको करना है. ऐसा नहीं है. Tina Toto का हम use या हीरा मोती का use हम कक्षा में भी करते हैं. तो कैसे करते हैं? जैसे कि बच्चे जब पढ़ रहे हैं तो अपना हीरा मोती को पकड़ेंगे, एक को पकड़ेंगे हाथ में. तो जैसे मैं पढ़ रही हूँ और मेरा पार्टनर आप हैं, तो आप उसको देख रहे हैं, मैं वर्ड बाय वर्ड पढ़ रही हूँ. जैसे यहाँ पे मेरी जो टीना है या टोटो है, वो मैं इस पे उल्लू उ, ठठेरा ठा, ऊ ठ उठ. So my fingers, instead of my fingers, I'm using टीना एंड टोटो पपेट्स. इसका कारण क्या हो सकता है? क्यों टीना टोटो पपेट्स को यूज करना है, नॉट योर ओन फिंगर? एनी थॉट्स? Both children have to hold their one of the two puppets. Any thoughts? Why?
Ma'am, it makes the activity more interesting, like that children become bored.
Sure, that's one reason why. Yep. Any other thoughts? Yes, ma'am. Please stand up and say. Run, Savita ji. Thank you. Good.
Ma'am, first thing, because we don't let the girls only be Tina. Tinas are always on right, or maybe Hira Moti. So that ways we are telling them about the not being gender biased also. And the boys can do the girls enactment as well, and girls can do boys one.
Yes,
that is
very important
also
point. Very
one of the
important point.
points.
Yes. There are 2, 3, 4 more views, please. Very good. Can we please clap for her? Yeah, as views come, please clap, because it takes courage to stand up and say something. Okay. All right.
Good morning and Jai Jagat ma'am. Ma'am, why they use puppet? Maybe it is one of the reason that when Tina reads, it is Tina who is reading. So Tina is using her finger as that popsicle's end. What we are showing that now Tina is reading, so it is Tina's finger, and then Toto is Hira is reading and Hira's finger, or Moti is reading and it is Moti's finger. That is what I feel.
Excellent. Very good thought. Claps, please. Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
There were, yes, one more, and one this side.
Hello,
Okay.
ma'am.
Please.
It
Okay.
will also help us in helping with
Ma'am,
role
hold the mic
play.
like this next to your, hold it more like this, the
Okay.
mic. Huh?
Yeah, it will help us in doing role play activity in the classroom with the help of these characters.
सुनो, mic को थोड़ा ऊपर करो, पीछे. Mic को louder करो.
Yeah. I was just telling that it can also help us in role play activities in the classroom by using these characters in the class.
Wonderful. It's a role play activity, and that's fine. They're playing roles. Brilliant thought. Please, can we clap for her? Thank you. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Ma'am, this can initiate two things. One, they are Jai Jagat ma'am first. First is children are attracted by the puppets. Next, they will understand hand coordination. Like when they are putting in, they are more focused. They are putting the stick, so their fine motor skills are excelled.
Beautiful. Can we please clap for her? Excellent. This was one of the answers I was hoping for. Of course, you gave many more rich perspectives and new perspectives, that this focuses energy more. You know, that it's more focused when you're holding something than when you're not holding it. Even when you're pointing, it's not the same till you're holding something. And also the new perspective you shared, which is that it develops fine motor skills, because holding it is pincer grip, right? So it develops a pincer grip. Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon and Jai Jagat to everyone. In early childhood years, pre-primary children are more connected with the props and they feel very possessive with the props when they are using the props and speaking. So Hira Moti and Tina Toto brought a life to the classes, you know. They are feeling like somebody is with them and they are very protected. If somebody else is not there, they can talk to them.
So how many of your teachers
Right.
have become galvanizers in this regard, that all the children of their class have Hira Moti and Tina Toto puppets?
Everyone, ma'am, everyone,
Sure?
almost everyone.
Your classes? No, not yet? No. Okay, so you have to make sure that they have these puppets. How many of you, that's Preeti, right?
Right, ma'am,
Preeti Oberoi.
absolutely.
Okay, great. Elegance
Right,
too. Lovely. Okay, so how many of you have now ensured that your children have made an envelope to keep the Hira Moti and Tina Toto puppets? No, there's not so much of consensus here. Okay, raise your hands high so we can see. If you haven't done it, it's okay. Now go back and do it. Make sure all your galvanizers have made these 4 puppets, and they've made 0 to 9 number cards on their own. They have, little ones have been given, but they can also make a second set on their own. The mothers can help. They're handmade ones, and they're very powerful. And 2 sets is better than 1 set. 3 sets for older children. Grade 3 can have 3 sets or more sets, and they can put them in the same envelope, right? लिफाफा बनाना सिखाना है बच्चों को कि वो लिफाफा बना ले, ठीक है? खुद बनाएं, आपके साथ आर्ट क्राफ्ट एक्टिविटी करें. Yes, ma'am, you want to say something back there? Yeah, 3 people here, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Jai Jagat. Myself, Komal Patel. I'm from CMS Rajajipuram 1 campus. So I wanted to answer for your question that why these puppets are required. So according to me,
why the puppet is required to hold while they read in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is
While
that
they-
important?
While they
Right.
read, because according to me, like pre-primary kids or class grade 1 and 2 kids are more related to their toys. They can freely converse and express their ideas and views with those toys. So these puppets help them to express, to connect better with the learning and help them to express themselves better, ma'am. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful thought. Yes, please clap for her. Very true. It's a reinforcement of a point made earlier, but said so beautifully. Thank you so much. 3 views here. Savita ji. 1, 2, 3.
Jai Jagat, everyone. Ma'am, today in the morning, as it was a no bag day on Saturday, we have done a paper bag making activity in the class.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So the teachers have got three bags made from each child's side. So they are keeping it with them also so that they can keep Hira Moti and Tina Totos in their bags. And ma'am, secondly, few parents were giving, they have given the suggestion, if it is possible, like English, you have given flashcards in the kit. So if in Hindi also we can get, you know, to have the similarity, ma'am, because they are purchasing it from the market and they have all different pictures on the flashcards. So that is why, ma'am, it is becoming difficult.
You mean the picture cards for kindergarten children for Hindi?
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, that can be done.
Yes,
surely.
ma'am, it will
So
be
just
a
send
great
it to
help.
Savita.
Yes,
She's
yes.
responsible for pre-primary and connecting with me. So you can let her know and she will bug me till it's done.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Surely. Any suggestions from you like that is always welcome. One more view here, then 2 views here. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Jai Jagat. Ma'am, I'm getting back to this page where the new words the children learned. Here we can incorporate, ma'am, the language part also. Like while doing, we can ask the children, what is the opposite of ut?
Yeah, see,
utna.
there's another type of question. Ut ka opposite, bat, right? So, jo bhi hai.
And
Very good thought.
similarly like for कछुआ,
हाँ.
कछुआ कैसे चलता है? धीरे, और खरगोश तेज. तो धीरे,
वो कहानी ले
तेज.
आया उसकी और
Exactly.
enact
So we can
करवाया.
incorporate the language part also
Sure,
here.
sure. Right. So now we are saying that you should do these things under stretch time, not at the beginning teaching time. Because when you're doing it in the teaching learning time, at that point, it is going to drag things if you're going to do everything all together. The main primary focus of the first attempt is that they can decode and blend with a little bit of interesting tidbits here there, but mostly the goal is that they will be able to focus on the lesson. Otherwise, you're going to stretch the lesson. What's the point? You do the stretching of the lesson at the stretch time. There is a stretch time, and that's when you do that, right? Okay, great. Please clap for her. Fantastic. And for the previous one. Okay.
Jai Jagat everyone, I'm Shivangi from Rajendra Nagar 1 about the Tina Toto puppet. So when we are doing the galvanizer and child demo over there, so we always call each other as Tina and Toto only. And when the children are also doing child and child demo, they are also calling each other Tina and Toto. So if they have the puppets with them, they know how to do the pair activity when they're at the table. And even if I'm busy at some other table, they know how to swap roles and how to do the activity in pair.
Absolutely. Very, very important that they should know how to swap roles. This is fundamentally important for all your lessons. So first you teach them. See, Hindi is just a bahana. It's a pretext. Because I think you know that this is the same for Hindi, English and for mathematics. The process is identical. There's no difference in the process. It's the 5 pillars that we are following. So 4-step process doesn't change for mathematics or for English. So it is a pretext to learn or remind ourselves once more that this process must be followed. They should know intuitively, now it's my turn. And I've seen that in your videos. Many of the videos come, the child is saying, now it's my turn. And that is so important also to be able to say, now it's my turn. Because the child should be able to assert, and especially girl children, they should be saying, meri bari hai. ये बहुत important है सिखाना. You know, अगर दूसरा बच्चा dominate कर रहा है तो उसको आना चाहिए कहना नहीं अब तो मेरी बारी है. वैसे बच्चे बहुत रेस्पेक्टफुल होते हैं, दे लर्न, लेकिन आपको सिखाना तो पड़ेगा ना वो चीज. सो वेल डन, थैंक यू. राइट.
Ma'am, I'm Sneha from RDSO campus. As ma'am was saying that we need flashcards for Hindi also. For the same thing, we are not asking the parents to purchase it from the market. We have taken out the pictures of the similar pictures, and what we have done, we have created a PDF. Ask the parents to take out the.
Clever. Send us the printout, please. That's awesome. Can you send us the PDF to Savita? That's awesome. Well done.
The pictures are there.
The
Similar
same pictures or
yes.
similar. Yeah, very
All
good.
the pictures are there.
Very
We have
good.
shared it.
क्या बात है.
Yes.
RDSO के लिए clap करिए, please. Wonderful.
We have created the PDF. We have shared it with the parents. And
She's
parents
created a PDF of the pictures that are similar or identical,
Yes, ma'am.
and then shared with the, because these are always available in the general sort of media now. When I was first making these books, there was no chat GPT. Now with, and there was not so much of repository of pictures. I remember working with Sabha ma'am and struggling to get right pictures. And we want as much as possible real pictures. Like oon dikhana hai to real oon ki dikhaएं.
For Aurat, we were not able to get the similar picture, but I took a picture of the book and
And made
I-
it possible.
Yes, ma'am, it is possible.
Bhaiya, please clap
Put
for
all
her.
the
What's your name again?
Sneha.
Sneha
from RDSO campus.
From RDSO campus. Thank you. Please share with
Sure, ma'am. I will share.
Savita ma'am.
Even the akshars and everything. is
Very
there.
nice. Very nice.
Matras also because we are
Very
teaching
nice, very
matras now. So,
So we'll just take yours and print it and give it to everyone.
Thank
Take
you
it
so much.
almost identical. Alrighty. Thank you so much indeed, Sneha ji. Okay. Now, there was anybody else? I think we're more or less done. One more person was here. No. Okay. That's the last view. Okay. Anything new? Only please say, Anna. Okay. Yes. Queries always welcome. Sure.
Ma'am, when you say that after this, like the 4th step, we after paired work, we are going to take stretch activity.
Yeah.
And in stretch activity, they will make questions and they will give homeworks. Now, when they are giving homeworks, how will they write question for each other? Like they have just started reading this.
Verbal questions.
Verbal
They'll make a mental
questions.
note of questions. They'll practice with the Tina Hira Moti puppets or Tina Toto puppets in English and or mathematics also. Mathematics, they can write numbers pretty easily, but not letters. So these letters and things will come later. I agree. But for the moment, it is very important that they are learning with verbalization. And that's so important. See, many children don't know how to say something. In English, you are teaching them how to construct sentences, how to say something. So this is practice in that context. Let them make questions. Next day come, mentally they're prepared. They have to remember the questions they had made, come back and ask in the CCC activity.
Okay.
Right? So you all know CCC?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you please, two of you, you can also come and join. What is CCC?
Cheer, correct.
Check.
Correct.
Check,
Cheer.
cheer, and correct. Okay.
Check, correct,
Correct
and
and
cheer.
cheer.
So do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? You're most welcome, because actually, just like you've just raised the question, sorry, your name? Sapna, of course, Sapna. So just like Sapna has raised this question, and of course your suggestions are there regarding the Hindi letters. Similarly, it's very important to have the children also propose things that they wish and you see in the environment when you're working with them, what can be done better, or you observe. So that is the learning I need to have. Okay, why is it a laboratory for me? If you just do what I tell you, I'm not learning. Last year there was a problem. Why CCC came about? Because the problem was that somebody mentioned, I think Station Road campus, one of the teachers mentioned to me that ma'am, बच्चे लोग homework कम लाते हैं, कुछ बच्चे नहीं लाते हैं, right? तो फिर सोचा कि क्या कर सकते हैं. देखिए, प्रॉब्लम का कोई ना कोई तो सोल्यूशन होगा. जैसे मम्मी का विचार था कि स्पोकन इंग्लिश बच्चे बोलें, तो अब थोड़ा बहुत सोल्यूशन निकल आया. तो इसका भी कोई सोल्यूशन होगा. तो कारण क्या है, प्लीज सपना जी इधर आ जाइए. कारण क्या है कि मे बी बच्चों को जब वो होमवर्क करके लाते हैं तो कोई उनकी सुनने वाला नहीं है, राइट? कोई उनका देखने वाला नहीं है. 40 बच्चे होमवर्क करके लाए, आप उस दिन तो देख नहीं पाएंगे. आप उसको 3 दिन बाद, 1 हफ्ते बाद और इतना सारा स्टैक करके फिर आप उसको फीडबैक देंगे. दिस इज कॉल्ड डिलेड फीडबैक. एंड डिलेड फीडबैक इज नॉट इफेक्टिव. इनफैक्ट इट्स अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम. आपने इतनी मेहनत की, उसका कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ. वो पुराना तरीका है कि हम करेक्ट करेंगे और पेरेंट्स बड़ा अच्छा फील करते हैं कि इतना सारा करेक्शन लेके आए. 1 हफ्ते बाद आपने दिया, आपने 2 दिन बाद भी दिया, तो उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं रही. ठीक है, आप फोर्स करते रहिए कि बेटा इसको करेक्ट करो, करेक्शन वर्क दिखाओ, ये वो. इट्स लाइक टू मच स्ट्रगल. And we want things that are natural, that are on their own. They understand how to do what to do. लेकिन कोई सुनने वाला नहीं है उसी दिन. तो एक तो करेक्शन हमारा जो होना चाहिए वो इंस्टेंट होना चाहिए, सेम डे और नेक्स्ट डे मैक्सिमम, राइट? नेक्स्ट डे क्यों? क्योंकि रात में वो सोचेंगे उसके बारे में और कुछ प्रश्न बनाएंगे, कुछ करके लाएंगे, कुछ बना के लाएंगे. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल दे माइट मेक अ पोस्टर और समथिंग. सो दीज ऑल स्ट्रेच एक्टिविटीज दैट दे कैन डू एट होम. देन दे ब्रिंग इट द नेक्स्ट डे and the teacher will say, one of you come into the front and show. It is not enough. It's not good. In fact, what you say is, okay, everybody put it on your tables and the whole class goes around and checks on each other's work. Wouldn't that be better? The whole class gets to see what everybody's done. Now will the child make it? They know next day the whole class is going to look at it, right? Or for some things you can say, just turn behind yourself and talk to the children behind you and share what you've done. Right? So you use class dynamics to revert the equation back on them. And this is we're saying check, right? So checking means what? Looking at the work, appreciating that work. We don't we don't evaluate that work. We don't say, ye acha hai, ye acha nahi hai. It is effort we celebrate. And the moment you start celebrating effort and without being judgmental, without saying, aap aake dikhao kitna acha banaya hai, that is not alpha. ठीक है, आप लोगों को अच्छा लगेगा आप में हम किसी एक को बुलाएं और कहें आप आके दिखाओ आपने कैसे किया. आपने बड़ा अच्छा किया. बाकी लोगों को कैसा फील होगा कि हमारा अच्छा नहीं है, मैम ने हमारा तो देखा ही नहीं, हमने तो इतना अच्छा किया, हमने तो इतनी मेहनत करी, मैम ने इसको देखा तक नहीं. तो why build that psychology? That's an old psychology. Drop it like plague. Immediately drop it. Because से बच्चों का मनोबल नहीं बढ़ता है. प्लस वो काम करके क्यों लाएंगे अगर वो शेयर नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो शेयर करवाइए हर चीज को, बच्चों को 5 मिनट दीजिए, जाके एक दूसरे का देखो। हो सकता है ना? आप लोग क्यों रश में हैं? हम लोग रश में नहीं है, लेकिन प्रोसेस मस्ट बी फॉलोड। कहाँ हम लोग टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं वो भी हमें डिस्कस करना है, क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम ये आ रही है कि हम कहीं ना कहीं टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, जिससे लर्निंग स्लो डाउन हो रही है। और वो अगेन पुराने तरीकों को यूज करना, उससे स्लो डाउन हो रही है। आपको टाइम एफिशिएंट भी होना है, पेसिंग भी ध्यान में रखनी है, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम नॉट रश थ्रू द एसेंशियल्स, राइट? तो बच्चों को सेलिब्रेट करने दीजिए उनके काम को, राइट? एक दूसरे का वो करेक्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन आप उनका प्रथम आप उनका नहीं करेक्ट करेंगे। प्रथम आप जाके नहीं करेंगे, देखो ये सही नहीं किया, ये सही नहीं किया। एज यू नो ट्रैफिक वार्डन्स गिविंग टिकट्स, आपको ट्रैफिक वार्डन नहीं बनना है, टिकट्स नहीं देने हैं, राइट? आपको देखना है, अपने रजिस्टर में जाके लिख लेना है कहाँ कहाँ प्रॉब्लम्स आई और आप क्या कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में, ठीक है? उस समय एक्ट नहीं करना है। जैसे हम अगर क्लास में जा रहे हैं फॉर अ मिनट एंड आई एम लुकिंग एट द वर्क एंड डूइंग दिस, तो आप क्या करोगे?
जी,
कुछ गलत तो नहीं किया? क्योंकि टीचर का रोल क्या है? बताना क्या गलत किया है।
start stammering.
Starts.
Maybe I'll give the answer also.
Maybe you'll give the answer also. Teacher will say, देखो ये तुमने handwriting बड़ी गड़बड़ करी, जो उसको ठीक करो, right? Then I'm going around, I'm disturbing the whole class. The moment I'm going around, the children know she's coming to find a fault with me, right? Number one. Number two, they're not focused on the job. Yeah, they'll hide their work if they're not confident. Very good point. They'll hide their work if they're not confident, and they will try to, worry about what ma'am will think rather than worry about doing the job. They're going to waste their time waiting for ma'am to come around. Some of them say, ma'am, come see mine, right? What will you do? You're wasting time. It is not adding to the learning. Glad to see Anand Nagar here. You made it. Well done. Good. They had a wonderful town hall today. Please clap for them. Really amazing town hall. Both my mother and I were there this morning with them. Awesome. Well done. So, yeah, so we should, if we are going around the class, how should we go around the class? Views from the front. How should we go around the class? Golf City.
While checking, ma'am?
No, when you're going around the class. I am going around the class doing this.
I'm just going and not pointing out anybody.
Just like
Right.
a
Just
fly on
moving.
a wall.
Okay, so there is
Just
another
like a
way to walk, which is walking from the back rather than from the front. See, from the front, when I'm walking, children are going to look at me, right? Hi, dear. Good to see you. Okay, so instead, if I go to the back of the class and I walk up, right, they're not noticing me, they're busy with their work. I can also peep and without being obvious. I can see what they're doing, how far they're doing, what's missing, what could be better. These two kids are not on the job, they're chit-chatting, I can see anything and everything without being noticed. So walking back to the front is a better way. So you go around the class from your table. In any case, tables are not in the center. Your desks are not in the center, they're on the side. So from the side, you walk to the back and then walk through the aisles and not be noticed. So it's called walking on the tiptoes. Right? So your shoes are not doing cut. You're not heard, you're not seen, and children are on task. So one test of this, that you are succeeding, is the children are on task. They're not, वो घबरा नहीं रहे हैं जब आप उनके पास से जा रहे हैं. As adults also हम लोग घबराएंगे ना. Imagine mummy coming by your tables. Imagine. And you're no less than mummy in your classes, right? You're the authority figure. You're the one who knows it all, right? And maybe some children do fear, like you might fear, right? Okay, you may not fear me, but you'll fear mommy. So there are teachers, who are, a little bit more, okay, chalta hai, mummy nahi chalta hai. ऐसे ही होना है, ठीक है? तो अभी आपको पता नहीं, मैं शायद बता दूं, मम्मी अगर अग्री करें. हम लोग गए थे संडे को मिलने योगी जी से. उनकी तरफ से कॉल आ गया था, तो मेरे पास फोन आया कि हम आ सकते हैं उनसे मिलने, क्योंकि मैं अपना देवी का काम करती हूँ, आपको पता है, जो इधर बोर्ड्स लगे हैं, तो देवी संस्थान के थ्रू गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में हम चाहते हैं कि हमारा अल्फा सारे यूपी के बच्चे इससे पढ़ लें. वहाँ छोटी पतली पतली किताबें हैं जो हम गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर को देते हैं, और 2 बच्चों के बीच 1 देते हैं. जैसे कि हम चाहते हैं कि आपके किताबें 2 हों, तब भी टेबल पे कितनी किताबें होनी चाहिए? अच्छा, अभी मैंने हाल में कुछ वीडियोस देखे हैं, उसमें टेबल पे 2 किताबें हैं। एक बच्चा इधर पढ़ रहा है, एक बच्चा उधर पढ़ रहा है। दैट इज रॉन्ग प्रैक्टिस। प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट। दीज आर द थिंग्स यू शुड बी वेरी अलर्ट। हमने कहा परख, आपकी परख ऐसी होनी चाहिए, जैसे आप देखें आप पता लग जाए कि ये गलत है प्रैक्टिस। तो हमारे जो ट्रेनर्स हैं उनको भी हम परख बढ़ा रहे हैं उनकी, जैसे जैसे वीडियो देखे उन्हें पता लग जाए क्या गलती है, राइट? नॉट टू रेप्रिमैंड यू बट टू हेल्प यू टू चेंज प्रैक्टिस, इम्प्रूव प्रैक्टिस, ब्रिंग इट क्लोजर टू अल्फा। सो योगी जी के पास हम गए तो मैंने कहा मम्मी आप भी चलो। मम्मी कहा ठीक है चलते हैं। अब हम तो बहुत आराम से सुन रहे हैं, मम्मी और मेरे बीच का डिफरेंस है, हम आराम से सुन रहे हैं वो जो बता रहे हैं, ठीक है। वो कहते हैं देखिए पहले तो बच्चे को आ से अनार सिखाना चाहिए, का से कमल सिखाना चाहिए, उसके बाद फिर आप उनको वर्ड्स पढ़ना सिखाएंगे, उसके बाद फिर वाक्य पढ़ना सुनाएंगे, पढ़ना सीखेंगे, उसके बाद उनकी पूरी हिंदी आ जाएगी। इतना सरल है। तो हमने कहा सर ऐसा नहीं है एंड ऑल दैट। तो कहते नहीं, फिर से उन्होंने बताया कि जैसे हम समझे ही नहीं, दोबारा बताया 3 बार जब उन्होंने बताया मम्मी कुडंट वेट। सर आप रॉन्ग हैं। एंड वो लाइक योगी जी कैन यू इमेजिन, इतने वरिष्ठ, हम वी रिस्पेक्ट हिम सो मच, बट मम्मी बिकॉज ऑफ हर वेरी डिटर्मिन्ड यू नो कि कहीं लेस जो हम कहने आए वो बात ना मिस हो जाए, तो मम्मी ने बहुत ही उसको मतलब क्लियरली बताया उनको। फिर वो सुनने के मूड में आ गए, फिर मैंने बताया, फिर मम्मी ने उनको समझाया देखिए ये क्या है, ये है बत्तख, बत्तख की पहली आवाज क्या है, पूरा लेसन जब तक नहीं हुआ मम्मी वॉज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड। तो ये डिटर्मिनेशन, ये यू नो जिद पकड़ लेना और करना हम सबको होना चाहिए हमारे अंदर, ठीक है। तो हमने काफी सीखा मम्मी से। फिर यस मैम बोलिए।
Good afternoon, ma'am. Jai Jagat, ma'am. I am Parnika Mishra from CMS Ayodhya Road campus. Ma'am, I just have 2 queries regarding this pedagogy. Before starting the pedagogy, ma'am, the students who are very new, learners who are very new in my class, they are not able to communicate and understand and comprehend also as to what the galvanizer is saying. Because we try to keep the language very fluent and very simple, but if in case...
Which grade you say?
Ma'am, kindergarten.
Kindergarten, KG.
Yes,
Hindi.
ma'am.
Are you talking about Hindi or English or anything
Ma'am,
else?
English and Hindi, both the communication part. So, ma'am, I'm working hard on the spoken English language also, and I'm using certain material also so that the basic vocabulary...
Don't use any
works.
other material than ALfA, please.
Ma'am, ALfA means just to improve the communication and
No,
vocabulary.
no, ma'am, don't.
Okay, ma'am.
See, this is something all of you have to please make a note of. Do not bring supplementary materials from outside into it. जैसे
ma'am.
इन्होंने किया, RDSO ने उसी चित्र को लेके चित्रकार बना दिए.
Okay.
Process must not be mixed.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Material must not be mixed.
Yes, ma'am.
आपके बच्चे, I appreciate the effort, but we have to stick to ALfA.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
stick to ALfA? देखिए, पहले तो आपको छोटे बच्चों को केवल 3 प्रश्न सिखाने हैं, ठीक है। उसके आप दोहराएंगे बार बार, यह क्या है, इसकी पहली आवाज क्या है, इन आवाजों को जोड़ दिया, पहली प्रथम ध्वनि क्या है, ध्वनियों को जोड़ के बना नया शब्द क्या बना। 3 प्रश्न आपको सिखाने हैं, ठीक है। हर बच्चे को 3 प्रश्न आने चाहिए। वही तो स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट हो गया इंग्लिश का। घर में उन्हें इतना भी नहीं आता है क्योंकि हिंदी मीडियम बैकग्राउंड के, उनको कैसे पता व्हाट इज दिस, व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट साउंड ऑफ दिस, यू नो हाउ डू यू नो व्हाट्स अ न्यू वर्ड। सो यू आर टीचिंग देम दैट स्क्रिप्टेड vocabulary.
Yes.
Then they are going to do role plays. You're going to act out the whole role play. So role play also we are saying don't do it with the whole class in that sense. What you do is half a Tina, half a Toto, half a Hira, half a Moti. So you're giving them that language. They will memorize. In fact, 4-year-old can remember all my son was able to do. And I think majority of the kids are like that. They will remember Yo-Yo Honey Sing songs, then Punjabi, and they don't even speak Punjabi. They will remember all the cars, all the types of cars, all the types of scooters and the brands and everything. They'll remember in a jiffy. Kids have enormous powers of memorizing, especially when it's known to unknown, when it's through visuals, right? So you're putting up the same visuals. Don't bring other visuals, right? Same visuals, you put them up, make sentences around it, have them practice role plays. Even role plays you do in this half and half sense. Then they go home and do not just one role play, they do more role plays, especially when they can read, right? So go ahead, ma'am. You were saying something more. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how to work on the spoken English part so that the students are able to comprehend even the simple language, as when the instructions are given to the students, they are able to understand it. Because
Ma'am, you can act out,
Okay, ma'am.
right?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
imagine you're a nun in India, from like Mother Teresa was from Albania, right? You don't know Hindi. So जब आप इंग्लिश पढ़ा रहे हैं तो कसम खा लीजिए हम बिल्कुल हिंदी में जवाब नहीं देंगे, ठीक है? आप 10 बार कहेंगे give me your pencil, I want everybody to show their pencil, right? So what is this is your question, isn't it? So you're using that with the vocabulary of the lessons. You've got 26 initial pictures, unique pictures for each sound, isn't it? And then from that, they are making words. You are then making sentences and they're making sentences. So you're modeling the behavior. You don't know Hindi. In an English class, you don't know Hindi. In a Hindi class, you don't know English. Okay, stick to one language or the other. So you have in a family, like many families have parents of different cultures. Like I might know Icelandic, and or other way around. Someone my family would know Icelandic, and I know Hindi or I know English. The child will speak to me in Hindi, and to dad in Icelandic. They know how to distinguish, and they can do so. Same with grandmother. Grandmother knows Hindi. My mother knows English. So children can differentiate very well, or German or whatever it might be. So I think we have to trust children more, right? We have to trust they will learn. And this is the only way to learn, because any other way you do will slow down this learning. And you don't want to slow down this learning, right? And we have to do it in the pure way. Agreed? Anybody also doing a lot of extra work for nothing? Don't do extra work on that count, right? Similar to what RDSO did is very precious. But I really appreciate your effort, and I really appreciate you came up with it, because that's one of the things I really always wanted to share, right? Okay. Anybody feels otherwise? What are your thoughts, three of you? You're my conscience keepers in front.
Ma'am, thank you first of all. The thing is that, ma'am, the four-step process is something which is taking time to settle in. So we should not introduce other teaching aids. It will definitely dilute what we are trying to teach. So yes, we are sticking to what is being said, and we are going about it, how to idea today. We had a discussion today, like you said, we can relate it to GK concepts. So that we can do, but then nothing out of the box, like no other extra teaching aid we are using.
Right.
We're sticking.
Because you have a journey to make. You have to finish that course as well. Otherwise, like last year, we did some extra things, and because of that, we lost time. For example, that I think we were very keen that we should do role plays, and we were doing role plays in the class, right? In the class means a lot of class time. So we lost about 6 weeks of our pacing plan because we were doing role plays. Role plays are good for children, yes or no? Yeah? What ma'am is doing good for children, yes or no? Of course it is good for children. 100% good for children. But you are losing the pacing plan, right? Pacing plan is where you need to be. First, perfect your ALfA program. Then innovate. Try to find the most efficient way to do what you need to do. For example, when you're doing collective feedback, you can be very creative, but don't be creative on the end of it where it is taking longer. आपका job क्या है कि फटाफट पता लग जाए कितने पानी में है. How many of my children know, how many children don't know? That's all. Your main purpose of collective feedback is that. So you do collective feedback, you take reflect on it, whatever was the mistake, you perfect it. We're not using corrective action. We're saying reflect and perfect, right? You reflect on it, you write in a reflection register, you next day come back, or the same day you have an idea, a brainwave, let's do it this way. But let's do it this way should be all children involved, not 2 children in the front or 1 child in the front. Now, where you also need to be very, very mindful is that certain things you can start at home, in the class, and they can do at home. Many times we drag the learning because we want everything to be done in the class. We're used to the idea that writing work will be done in the class first. Yes, you'll begin in the class, but let them do majority of the writing work at home. Because writing work speeds vary. Some write slowly, some write, not so, they write fast, but their handwriting is not good. They're compromising on the handwriting. You teach them how to write, the formation. Your job is to raise the context. Hamesha, how to make good questions. It's one of the things it's your role as a galvanizer your children should know what a good question looks like. It's not just इसने क्या पहना, इसका रंग क्या था, इसका रंग क्या था, उसका रंग क्या था. You know, I mean, there has to be a variety of types of questions that we can teach our children, and they also should learn about how to raise the quality of the questions. So, like I think Smita ma'am, where are you, ma'am? She's just gone out for a minute. Okay, so she's the one who shared with me in one of the. So I really love it when you text me, or I see, of course, and I text you. But if you text me also, there's an issue or something on your mind. And she texted me, ma'am, my children can make, like she was teaching grade 2 mathematics, and it was even and odd numbers. And the kids made numbers going into 10,000s, even and odd numbers. Right? She says, I'm just totally blown over. In her own words, she said that. I'm just totally amazed my kids can do that. So be odd, because they can. But don't stop them. Don't say, no, we're going to make 3-digit numbers today. We're going to make 4-digit numbers today. No. I'm explaining a particular way of learning through 3-digit numbers. Now go make as many as you wish. You can make 5-digit numbers. You can make 6-digit. We are not stopping you. Right? So how do you make numbers? Okay, ma'am, I think you might, you were saying something, Sapna, and then we'll go and sit down, make you sit down. Yeah.
Ma'am, now here again, like I would like to come back again to this. Ma'am, the first part we have done. The first part we have done. Now, when we are coming down to the reading part, where Tina reads the first line, Moti reads the first line, then Hira reads the second line. Now, even this we are doing in the class, or like.
Right. So we're not stopping the children from stretching at home. If they can decode and blend the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, right? They can actually, the pictures are the clue to the next set of words, right? We haven't put pictures on top of these words, but they're the exact same sounds that they have learned already. So once they know those sounds, they can make them on their own. So let them try at home. Don't stop them saying, no, घर पे आप ये नहीं करेंगे, आज घर पे आप ये करेंगे. Let them explore. One of the activities in here is using picture cards. So I'm glad that all of you went ahead and made your own picture cards. So one of the things is that you take these picture cards of Utha, Kara, A, Phala, Chak. Each one is a unique letter. There's no repetition here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sounds, sound cards. We're not calling them letters. Sound cards. They have 9 sound cards that they pull out from their stack, and those 9 cards they put upside down. Pick any 2 and read out the word. Swap the order of the cards and read the word again. So chal will be lach. So let them make loads and loads of words. They don't need to be always sensible, because they're practicing sounds. What they know they can act out, what they know they can make sentences with, what they know they can talk about. But they are essentially creating and co-creating the learning in the class. At home, they're stretching that learning, and don't stop them from anything, right? You say, okay, for as many minutes as you can, at least 5 minutes, go over the words that you've learned today, right? That's okay. But you can't say, don't do this, do that, right? Let them stretch. So there was a, thank you so much, please. Thank you. Can we clap for the 3 people in the front here, please? Very nice. Thank you. For a long time, you had to stand. Okay, so we need to empower them that they can learn from anywhere. There was a problem one time. I had made these books called Maxims. Anybody knows Maxims? Okay, we have some old timers. Maxim. Anybody else? You know Maxim? Maxim? Achha, of course, Menka. Right. Gems Maxims. Yeah. Gem Maxims. Okay, so these books I had made in 2007. I know, 2004, 5. And they were different from normal textbooks. I'd just come from the US and UK and Iceland. So I'd lived in these countries. 26 hours overseas. I came back to India. And I saw these books that the children were studying from. I was not satisfied. So I said, let me have a go. That is where I started, making materials. And in Iceland, I had made some for Icelandic system. And then in India, I was doing this. So one of the principals, she complained to my father that she said that, sir, but we have a problem with these books. So what is the problem? So he says she says कि ज़्यादातर बच्चों ने पूरा किताब खत्म कर ली. अब हम लोग पढ़ाएंगे क्या? right? Do you remember that problem with maxim and per books? Level books were there. They would finish like 14 in a night and 13 in a night. There were another product called per books. They were thin 16-page booklets. And we had so many of them. So they're finishing up to grade 5 and grade 2. You know, patapat, 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 patapat. So we realized that children are more capable than we thought because we're putting them in grade levels or material in grade levels, which is actually they're going to do much more. And secondly, we learned that the school is not ready for this. Because teachers will have so much correction work. So you can see how fine-tuning, and now you have a space in which you might feel a little more comfortable than the old lot of rigor, hard work, and not much outcome from that hard work or as much outcome. So anyway, those Maxim books, this was the problem, the kids could do it. So I, of course, explained to my dear father that this is how I'm thinking about it. I explained to the principals what we're doing, why we're doing. When you come to it, you do it again. It's okay. Is it harmful that you revise something? Is it going to harm children if you revise something? No. So they can come to it. They can do it in a better way. They can do it in a more exciting way. They can engage children more. So there's no harm in doing that. So let the children do it on their own. Don't stop them. So we then sent a circular to all the campuses that children can do whatever they want, wherever they want, in the books of Maxim, and let them run with it. Then 3 years we did Maxim. We came back because I was doing research work with my work, and we were not doing Maxim, and there was again the textbooks from the market back in the system. So then I saw this sign in one of the campuses, a big billboard on the floors, saying that please do not do any extra work other than what the teacher has assigned to you. ठीक है, सारा रिवर्स हो गया. जो टीचर कहेगी उतना ही आप काम करेंगे, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं करेंगे. अब आप बताइए अल्फा में क्या होना चाहिए? जितना कर सकते हो करो. आप भी तो आओगे उस लेसन पे, right? When you do the demonstration. Okay, so please let them do wherever they want to do, whatever they want to do, however high they want to go, let them do, whichever way they want to do, let them do, except that you should move with your pace as you need to cover the whole ground, right? As quickly as you can. Quickly doesn't mean compromising on the whole class performance. How? Because you're going to do collective feedback. Collective feedback is not a long process. You're not making a written paper. You can give a worksheet for them to do, but it's not necessary because you've got these digital screens. Put up your 3 questions, 4 questions on a PPT on the screen. Let the child see a question at a time, 1 question on a slide, which say 2 to 3 options. Okay, they see that question, 3 options are given. Let them write the correct option in their rough notebook. All of you have rough notebooks? All of you should have, and make sure that you have rough notebooks filling quickly, and that's a topic on its own. It's a very beautiful topic, how to use a rough notebook. But for the moment, that they write the answers to the question 1, then you show the question 2, say everybody done. When you're finished doing, cross your arms and put your head down so you know they're done. All of them have done. So process must be followed. Question 3, but you don't need to ask 4 questions. Sometimes 3 is enough, sometimes 2 are enough. Because you're taking a quick feedback, have they understood to the level that you need them to be at, right? So you want them to be able to do the most difficult in that particular tier. Okay, in that particular lesson, you want to know, have my children understood to such and such a level? So ask 2 difficult questions, right? This is my picture with Mummy must have got it put. Dikhaiye bhaiya, please, picture with Yogi ji from Sunday. ये है. और बहुत खुश थे वो, मम्मी की डांट सुन के भी खुश थे. उन्होंने बोला मम्मी से कि आपकी आंखें बड़ी अभी भी इतना क्लियरली देखती हैं, छोटी सी बत्तख भी आपने देख ली, कैसे. He was admiring mommy. It was so sweet, so lovely. But it takes guts, to get this message across and to work with people of such eminence and such value in the institution of the government. Okay, so where were we? Not stopping children in the attempt to do more, supporting them, and how you support them in this. So you say, okay, anybody did extra work, right? Okay, please clap for each other. Whoever did extra work, clap for each other, right? You say, ma'am, I did. No, you don't want that. Say, tell each other. They should not be referring to you. The more they're referring to each other, you have shed that dependence on you. Agreed? अगर आप सब लोग मेरे पास आते रहेंगे कोई भी क्वेश्चन के लिए तो मैं एक एक्सपर्ट हूं और आप मेरे पर डिपेंडेंट हैं ये हाउ डू से इन हिंदी निर्भर हैं आप मेरे पे निर्भर हैं कि मैं आपको बार बार बताती रहूंगी लेकिन ट्रू एम्पावरमेंट आता है जब मेरी जरूरत नहीं पड़ती इजंट इट तो आप लोगों को भी ट्रू एम्पावरमेंट तब होगा जब आपको लगेगा सुनीता दी तो जानती हैं जितना भी जानती हैं हमने वो सब सीख लिया हम तो आगे निकल गए और भी बढ़िया ठीक है टीचर यही चाहता है कि बच्चे आगे निकले और मैं आपसे चाहती हूँ कि आप मुझे कांटेक्ट में रखिए क्योंकि हम आपसे सीखना चाहते हैं CCC डेवलप्ड आउट ऑफ सम टीचर फ्रॉम स्टेशन रोड सेइंग कि मैम बच्चे होमवर्क नहीं सबमिट करते उसके अगेंस्ट हम लोगों ने जब एक्सपेरिमेंट किया और ये थॉट आया कि भाई बच्चे कोई देखने वाला नहीं है तो एक दूसरे को दिखाएं राइट सो एक बच्चा दूसरे को दिखाएगा अपना होमवर्क जो भी किया उसने और ये बच्चा उसको दिखाएगा आप कहेंगे सब बच्चे एक दूसरे का जाके देखें पता करें भाई आज आपने रात में क्या किया ऐसा भी हो सकता है क्योंकि आपको प्रेरित करना है बच्चों को कि वो करें ये काम तो उसको कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बार बार लाना एफर्ट को अप्रिशिएट करना जिसने भी कर लिया एक दूसरे को क्लैप करो जिसने नहीं किया तो आप कहोगे आपका साथी अब करवाएगा ठीक है उसको छोड़ना नहीं है साथी करवाएगा उसके लिए भी 5 मिनट आप देंगे बच्चों को but they must all do their work. So we are saying 100% of the work, 100% of tier book, 100% of your Alpha Sky High books. In the past when we had books, we would say these chapters. याद है? We didn't do the whole book. Because syllabus में जैसे supposing EVS में आपके 14 chapters हैं, तो maybe in the syllabus there are 8 chapters. 4 छूट गए. We say no, 100% of our books they have to do. It's not कि हमने एक tier 6 छोड़ दिया in a particular phase book. Right, breather, energizer, something. Few more minutes and then we're going to wrap up. But I just wanted to say, because your lunch will also be ready, wanted to say that पहले तो thank you कि आपने इतने attention से भाग लिया. And primarily I am doing the talking and that's because of lack of time. Otherwise, I'd love for you to be involved. Now, mathematics, can you open your dabbas, please? All of you, let's do math for a minute. Please open your boxes and set your number strip on the table. I'm glad to see that all of you have your chart. It is the Alpha Path chart. And all of your classes have to become model classrooms. That is the only measure for how much a galvanizer you are. Okay? And your teachers are becoming galvanizers. And to what extent? Because that is your measure. Have it put in the classes. Those who don't have enough of them for any reason at all, put them in the corridors also. And all your grow circle meetings, MLLs, please ensure that you're studying this chart. Because this is the fundamental reminder we need. Habits don't change overnight. We may appreciate intellectually, but doing it in the class is another matter. Right? Because we forget. We tend to fall back to our old ideas. And to some extent, we endeavor, but then may not be necessary, that kind of endeavor. Okay. So, right. Okay. We can do this, is fine. Go back to one previous page. Oh, this one's fine. This one's fine. Go back. I'm sorry. Just a minute. I'll go. Just don't touch them. Okay, so we are saying kinesthetic, concrete, abstract. And then you can work the other way around also, abstract and concrete, especially when it comes to plus, minus, multiplication, division. The most fundamental, as your chart also shows, the most fundamental skills your children should know are number system, number sense. They should know ascending, descending, in between, number larger, smaller. They should have intuitive understanding of numbers. And they can look at a number and say, this is bigger, this is smaller. In abstract form also, they should be able to say. But you begin with a concrete experience. And in fact, with numbers, we also begin with a kinesthetic experience. So all of you know tens and ones? How to do that? Do we begin with the ones or do we begin with the tens? If it's 32, do we clap first or do we snap first? Okay, sometimes I've seen the other way around because somebody or the other new to the ALfA program has done it the other way around. Okay, now when you are snapping, do we snap with both fingers or do we snap with one? Okay, we've seen that happen on and off. Teachers forget, they do 1, 2, 3. It's not that because that's 2, 4, 6. Don't do that. Just 1, 2, 3. Should we count on fingers? Yes or no? Never. Never. Because fingers don't allow you to think in terms of place value. It's very important that the children know place value. Meaning after 9, if it's a 10, they immediately swap it for the higher value of that number. So if it's ones, so the moment they get to 10, it's a clap. It's not 10 snaps. The moment they get 10 sticks, they put the 10 sticks back in the bank, and it's called the number bank. And they take out, they give first, then they take out next. This, what they take out, they put slightly above the rest because this is the carryover. I hope you're doing that because you have to go immediately into the abstract form. From the earlier stages, they should be writing the numbers, right? So for example, if we are adding a particular number with a particular number and there's 11 matchsticks, 11 small sticks, so 10 are swapped for 110. That 110 is put on the number strip a little bit higher. And then the written form is written down there. This plus this is equal to this, but not just is equal to this, also the carryover is shown. Because they should know how it relates to the written form. Sometimes we are forgetting, we're doing the concrete experiences or the kinesthetic experiences, but we're not connecting it to the written form. Written form is critical. I think this is the refinement that we need to do now, henceforth, in mathematics. Okay, so you all know this, but let's say this here shows two numbers and their expanded forms. This is grade 1. In the past, you would have never expected grade 1 children to do this. Yes or no? Can they do it in your grade 1? Yes or no? How many of you say they can do it? Raise your hands. Those who say they can do it now. How many of you are grade 1 teachers? Raise your hands. Okay, how many of you say that your grade 1 children can do this? They're doing it. Any difficulties they're finding in this? No. See, teachers' faith translates to children's faith in themselves. You believe they can do it, they'll do it. You'll say, oh my God, this is difficult, kids. Now what you're going to do is very difficult. What will happen to the child's psychology? वो कई books में डाल देते हैं मिर्चा अलग से, like there's a showing of a हरी मिर्चा या लाल मिर्चा. बहुत मुश्किल है ये. क्यों? आसान है सब कुछ. जो करना चाहे बच्चे कर सकते हैं. उनको बस हमें सही राह दिखानी है, कैसे खुद सीख लें. और ये concrete based methods are far more powerful. Has anybody found any of this on the internet? Any of this kind of work in the internet? It's truly original. Okay? It's homegrown. It's what we have created here in India ourselves. So this is really also another contribution we're making to the education at the world level, that maths concepts that was considered so difficult that they were considered like, okay, maths मेरे को नहीं आता, मैं समझ नहीं पाती. हम लोग टीचर्स की जब ट्रेनिंग देते हैं, आप लोगों को भी कुछ होंगे ऐसे जो कि डिवीजन अच्छा नहीं लगता है, डिफिकल्ट लगता है कोई ऐसा कि डिवीजन से डर है या था? किसी को था डिवीजन से डर? इनका को था. लेकिन पॉइंट ये है कि अल्फा से एकदम आसान हो गया, चारों ऑपरेशंस आसान हो गए. अब हम 5 मिनट में 4 ऑपरेशन, 5 से 10 मिनट में 4 ऑपरेशंस करके दिखाएंगे. ठीक है, ये तो हो गया नंबर सिस्टम. एक्सपैंडेड नोटेशन दे कैन डू, यू ऑल नो दिस. किनेस्थेटिक बेसिकली टाइम कम है, लेकिन एक कोई जना मेरे पास आ जाए जल्दी से. रिचा, यू कम प्लीज, विल डू टुगेदर. I'm your student, lead. So you're going to make a number in hundreds, tens, and ones, any number. any number you make, and I will have to guess what that number is. Okay? So make it in thousands. Go to the next page. I think we challenge them to do thousands also. Yep. No, it's hundreds only. Let me go further up. 1,000 was there. Okay. On the right side. Okay, but that's just whatever. But anyway, make in thousands. We are adults. We can handle grade 1 and grade 2. And make a number difficult one where there might be zeros. Okay, ladies, all of you, all the young men here also. $2,401. Did I get it right? Okay, thank you. High five. Thank you. Okay, and then I'll take my turn to then ask her. So I have to ask, I have to do something because otherwise people think it's enough to demonstrate like this. Huh? This not. Here's what we learn, right? Concentration, looking at each other, and concentrate, and that is learning. See, you can't get the children to focus so hard as in this process, right? You see them focusing. And though she was focusing, maybe because I turned this way, she didn't see one of the claps up. So I'm not saying, yeah. So what do I say to her? Try again. So I'm going to try. I have to do it now for her to try again. I can make the same number or a different number. It's okay. So I'll make the same number. Well done. Good job. Okay, so we all know numbers are going like this, where you can have zeros, right? Now you can also give them the concrete form. So they'll give each other the concrete form. I'll show it on the table or I'll show it on the screen, and I'll show it on a board. You have to prepare at least 4 boards so you can finish the process of paired learning. 4 boards with 4 different numbers, with the numbers stuck out with right, THHTO written, and the sticks stuck on the board, right? So I take it up in a concrete form. I show it as a board to my partner, which is another student, and the student tells me what the number is. Then the second board the child picks up, because the children must see how to make the formation. And it's not possible on my table that all children can see. So the second board the child picks up any of those boards and asks me a question, I answer, we give high five to each other, and then we get 2 more children to come. So you need 2 more boards because they ask each other questions and take turns, right? So now 4 times they've seen what to do, and 2 times they've seen how to work with each other. This is when you are slowing down. We say slow down to speed up. Beginning, you must slow down, right? Agreed? Beginning, you must slow down. Later, you can speed up. Slow down means they should know how to work in pairs. They should know how to say, well done, good job, high five. They should know how to say, try again. What does it mean to try again? They should know what verbiage to use, what to say, what not to say, how you feeling. I'm feeling stupendous. You know, I've seen that little ones of Shivangi in Indranagar campus 1, doing this. Awesome. I'm feeling awesome, and act it out. All these things we train our children. We train them how to behave, how to conduct themselves, and they learn so quickly. But we still don't need to speed up this part of the learning. This part has to go till I am satisfied as a galvanizer that all my children know how to do it. And they should also know how to do with Tina and Toto. So one session you can do is with Tina and Toto. So Tina is asking, Toto is answering. They're doing it individually with the Tina Toto puppet, so they can continue that at home. That also must be modeled. So again, something you need to do. Stretch activities, you must model. Like, for example, asking questions. You should model that. What kinds of questions to ask? You should model that. And then they can continue at home. Without modeling, it's not possible to get that quality of workout. Okay, we are done with that part that we need to do slowing down at the beginning. But there's another part, very, very important part, that you don't need to demonstrate every single thing. This is where you save a lot of time. You don't have to do the 4-step every single time. So if you go back here, you see they're learning, okay, they're learning numbers. These chit activity is very powerful, very beautiful. And they can pick any chits and put them in the ascending or descending order. And they can do it with each other briskly and many, many times over. And that's the key. The practice comes by empowering them so they can do many, many times over. And then this is your 10, 20, 30, 40. You know all that. They make number strips for each other. At home, they make number strips with some blanks in the numbers. They can stick them back in their rough notebook or the fair notebook. But the main thing is that they're bringing questions from home for each other to solve. It's not just doing a lot of stretch activities for themselves. They're going to make at least one question, ideally more questions for their partner at home as well. Right? That's your prerogative to make sure. Then they're going to, here they're going to the tens and ones activity that you all know very well. It's just kinesthetic, claps and snaps, then it is concrete, and then it is abstract. They must write a chit of paper or in their rough notebook 14, for example. Right? It's not just enough to do clap and snap, then go away. Right? So the next stretch activity, at some point, you're going to ask them to make these chits. We've done this with government school children. And guess what? These kids love it. I'm sure your kids also do that. They love it. They go home and make so many chits of questions for their partners. You can't imagine. इतने बना के लाते हैं, गड्डी गड्डी मोटी मोटी गड्डी के पेपर चिट्स बना के लाते हैं कि दूसरे दिन मेरा पार्टनर सॉल्व करेगा. हम लोग उनको वंचित ना करें अपने बच्चों को. Let them also get this. Let them make loads of questions. Say 5 minutes, 10 minutes तुम करो, जितने बना सकते हो बनाओ. We must never say 5 questions बनाओ. Do we do that still? No. We must never say 10 questions बनाओ, 5 questions बनाओ, 2 questions बनाओ. No. We are going to say 5 minutes के लिए जितने questions बना सकते हो बनाओ. 10 minutes के लिए जितने questions बना सकते हो बनाओ. Right? If you want to do more time, that's okay. Minimum, we are always suggesting कि 10 minutes तक आप कर लो, उसके अलावा जितना करना है करो. We never say वहीं पे stop कर दो. ठीक है? Very important to give ambition and that grit, that determination. All these things you're going to teach if you're not going to set the bar too low. Set the bar high. Okay, so far, we have not needed the demonstration once done for this particular A, where it's written A, and possibly the child comes in, or you do, no, you've done A, the child can do B, the 2 children can do B, and then you do not need to demonstrate. Please do not demonstrate the next page, even though it looks different, because it's an application of the same understanding. Okay? So it's not a new learning, it's application. It is also referred to as cognitive transfer, meaning आपको हर चीज थोड़ी सिखाई पड़ी. आप लोगों को सिखाया गया था फोनिक्स तरीके से बचपन में. स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3 ऐसे सिखाया गया था अंग्रेजी? नहीं ना, तभी आप अंग्रेजी बोल लेते हैं ना. Right? Similarly, lot of things we do on our own. God has given us that power to make connections. Right? It is Vygotsky ka zone of proximity. Right? You've read about it in your B.Ed courses. So this they can do on their own and with each other. Then they do CCC next day when they stretch activities and they make more of these. For example, the activity at the bottom right, they can make many of these for each other. The one up, some part of it they can make as an activity for each other next day. They can do themselves, solve in their notebooks. We say do a lot of work in rough notebook. Please don't try to worry about fair notebook so much, because the idea is to do volumes of work, right? Rather than fair notebook, fair notebook. Parent is also seeing the rough notebook. Parent is seeing that the child is doing lots of writing work. In fact, in ALfA classes, there should be 3 times the writing work. Kirti ma'am, how much is writing work in your grade 3? Same as before or more than before? How much more? Twice, thrice? Thrice more than before. This is grade 3. Go ahead, ma'am. Ma'am, wait for the mic, please. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kirti. Say it again.
Now they are practicing a lot in their practice notebooks.
Once, whatever they are framing the questions also for the partners, and for the home stretch also, they are framing questions. They are framing. They are solving questions from the companion books also and from the books also. So now the thing is now the written part, now the parents are not very much conscious about the classwork work, notebook work, now, because they are observing the child, they are observing their children, that they are doing it at home in their practice notebooks. So now that, ma'am, that also it is reduced, that the parents were very particular about the classwork notebook. Now they are not, because they know what they are doing, they know, they can see at home also. They are the children, they are solving their questions, children, they are framing their questions, and they are very happy to frame questions for the next day, for their partners, for their friends. And in the morning, ma'am, they have that kind of competition. "Oh, today I framed 2 questions, today I framed 3 questions."
Wonderful. That's great. And they share with each other,
So
not with the
the
teacher.
writing part is definitely,
Not
ma'am,
with the
it is.
teacher. Because if they're coming to you, that's like, okay, we are still in the old mold.
No, ma'am, they are framing the questions for their partners only.
Yes, good. And they're bringing it to their partners. and
Bringing
sharing
to
with
the
them.
partners, they're
Right.
sharing with the partners.
Yeah, and to engender more sharing, you can say go share with anybody.
Yeah, they
if you
can
want
do,
to share.
ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am, they're free to share with anyone.
Yeah, and they can give smileys, stars, anything brilliant, excellent themselves. But we as teachers are not to do that. Is that
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah.
We're not going to put a tick mark. I think sometimes we forget, we put a tick mark, no tick marks. If you have to put anything at all, it's a smiley. Your smiley should be of the same size, of the same type of smile for every child. No difference. Kids are very conscious. Your signature, does it vary from bank to bank? Similarly, your smiley should not vary from child to child. Exact same smile. Practice it like signature. Very good. Kirti ma'am, you are the same who was really worried about written work. That's why I put you in the
Yes,
this
yes,
context.
ma'am. Because earlier there was a pressure, because we need to complete the entire course, a CSSL syllabus, and then
No, a very special circumstance when we were doing a 45-day intervention.
Yeah.
It was an imposition on top of what you had to do. So that was difficult.
But
and
now
in
the story
45
is
days,
different, ma'am. Now
the
we are
story is
not doing
different.
that
Good.
way.
Excellent. Okay, so this is the evolving story. When we face these challenges, like, for example, Golf City has been very honest and honorable about the kinds of difficulties they are facing. And I think we need to be honest and honorable with our parents, saying that, look, give it a try. And this is what Ma'am Batra did with the 7 or 8 parents that came to her at the beginning when we started ALfA as an imposition on top of everything else they were doing. They still had the old textbooks and had to complete those. 45 days, we said, don't use the old textbooks, put them away at home, just do ALfA for 45 days. There were no books of ALfA, only on electronic basis. They had these on the boards, your IFPs. So parents tolerated this. Majority of them didn't say ouch or didn't say anything. 8 of them came to ma'am at different times and said, ma'am, written work नहीं हो रहा. अब बताइए आप 45 days में आपको reading भी करवा दें और written भी करवा दें और पूरे साल का course करवा दें. That's not possible. So we have to stage it. In any case, I think she said to them, though she had a choice, because there are 9 sections of grade 3. Correct, ma'am? And 9 sections of grade 2, 1, every one of them is 9 sections. And in that, 4 sections were doing ALfA and 5 were not doing ALfA that year. We're talking about 22, 23, and also 23, 24. We did not have textbooks, ALfA textbooks. Only last year you had the ALfA Sky High books. So at that time they came, they were saying, ma'am, this, that. She could have said, this is very important to note, Ma'am Batra could have said, look, why don't I put your child in a non-ALfA section? She could have easily said that. Instead, what did she do? She tried to convince them. She said, be patient. You will yourself see this is working out. Why she could say that? Because she had faith. अगर हमारे अंदर फेथ नहीं है तो हम कभी नहीं कहेंगे ऐसा. हम कहेंगे ठीक है, चलिए आपको दूसरे सेक्शन में डाल देते हैं, आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, कोई बात नहीं. राइट? उन्होंने ये नहीं किया. उन्होंने पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस कराया कि आप इसको ट्राई करिए, थोड़ा पेशेंस रखिए, थोड़े दिन और दीजिए. आप जानते हैं सिटी मॉन्टेसरी स्कूल को, we are keen on children's development, the highest development, so please be patient. So we have to tell our parents to be patient, and but it all begins with belief ourselves. So Hindi में जो आपने भी देखा था, going back to Hindi, since I just saw the person from Neetu ji from Golf City. So we have to try to convince them. I love to meet them. If nothing works, I'll come over, right? And I'll talk to the parent. I'm not going to have a say, oh, leave CMS then. No. We'll convince them somehow or the other, right? Okay. Yeah, so going back to this, you don't have to do demonstration of things on the right. If you've done A, B on the top, you don't have to do the bottom two. You don't have to do the right one module, and you don't have to do the bottom right module. No demonstration required. Next page, please. I can do it myself, okay. Right, here too, they're just writing what they should know. What you can do is a fun activity where they write number names if they don't know, right? So you show them all the number names, or up to 9 or whatever it might be, 10 maybe, because this goes up higher. But just like numbers 0 to 9, they only need to know how to write 0 to 9. They don't need to write 11, 12, 13, 14. हिंदी में करना पड़ता है 11, 12, लेकिन in English, I think, okay, up to 20 they may need to write. After that, 20, 30, 40, they need to write 100. So how many do they need to write? 0 to 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, up to 100. That's 10. 10 plus 9 is 19 numbers they need to write. That's, sorry, and then the 11, 12, 13, 14, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 9 more. So 18 plus 10, 28. Out of the 100 numbers, they just need to know the spelling of 28 numbers, right? So you can practice with them, and they can practice the strokes and all that. But again, start in class, let them stretch at home, come back, show to their partner how they've written it, and they correct each other's work. Unfortunately, some children, when they come to grade 1, this is grade 1 book, they still don't know how to write number names, but they should know, right? Okay, but we teach them also, in the sense again, it's like names. You have to tell, I'm Sunita. You can't expect them to know it. So you have to teach those things that they don't know, build the context. But teach in what way? That's where ALfA comes in. Okay, so you don't have to do, you have to do a little bit of demonstration there. Then the next exercise is an extension, so you don't have to do demonstration. Next exercise is also a demonstration. They can do it on their own, right? It's a farm. There are 4 children, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each has a farm, and the farm has so many apples, right? So apples are represented by different size sticks. So 10s and 1s. So the first farm has 43 sticks, 43 apples, and so it'll be 4 baskets and 3 individual apples, and so forth. So they can do it on their own. And what we have shown them is a strip at the top. These are the numbers 0 to 9. They can pick any 2 numbers, or any 3 numbers, or any 4 numbers. Please don't stop them. And they can make farms like this on their own. So you're just showing them the thing. You don't have to demonstrate it, right? I don't need to demonstrate this. Do I need to demonstrate this and go through the 4 steps here? Don't think so, right? So you have to save time. Here we are. Similarly, again, I think transfer of cognitive transfer will take place with this also. What you can do is work backwards. This is something that I've shared with you briefly only last time. But the idea of working backwards rather than forwards. Forwards is 4-step process. You know, I teach, they teach, we do it together, then they go at home and do, right? Instead, let them do it on their own. Then what you do is do a mini test, your collective feedback. Now give them a difficult question based on this page, like the bottom right. Okay, here we've introduced terminology, but let's say the top left for a minute. Give them questions based on the top left. How many of your children will be able to do it after the first demonstration, and maybe number names demonstration? How many of your children will be able to do this exercise without demonstrating again? What percentage? How many of you say 100% of them? How many of you say 80 to 100% can do this? Just very few believers. You should be able to say, huh? Yeah, children are able to do, but I think most people are not believing in that. How many of you say that your children do not need another demonstration to do this activity on the top left? They don't need another demonstration. Okay, this is where I think we need to believe it. And the way we do it is by doing it. Nirma model. Okay, so we'll do the Nirma. Wait, I'm not selling Nirma. I don't have any shares in Nirma. But I like their slogan, पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर विश्वास करें. तो do it. Please do it. Let the children go in the deep end. एक mother bird अपनी baby bird को एक cliff से गिरा देती है. क्यों गिरा देती है? क्योंकि उसको विश्वास है कि वो फ्लाई करेगी. आपके अंदर विश्वास और भी आना है. ये बच्चे कर लेंगे. और अगी सपोजिंग आज नहीं कर पा रहे, सपोजिंग 70% of them did. What process will you use for the others to do? Reteach or have the children teach each other? Always rely upon your children. Say, okay, everybody mix yourself. Go to anybody who can help you. If you got that question wrong, here is the answer for that question. You put it up on the screen. Say, any of you did not get this answer, please go to anybody in the class and seek help. Is this a quality we should teach our children? Yeah. How many of us shy away from asking anybody anything? हम लोग बहुत डरते हैं. अरे उसके पास गए. हाई स्कूल के बच्चे कितना डरते हैं. वो सोचेगा हम बेवकूफ हैं. नहीं पूछते बच्चे. बच्चों को निडर बनाना है. मिस्टेक्स आर पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. आज ये नहीं आया कल आएगा कुछ और, जो हम किसी को बताएंगे. तो वो एक ऑनेस्ट ऑथेंटिक relationship with the child is so fundamentally important. And you encourage that thing कि चलो जिनको नहीं आता चले जाओ, जिसको आता है उससे पूछो. अब वो गलती से किसी के पास पहुंच गया, उसको भी नहीं आता, दोनों चले जाएंगे किसी और के पास, तीनों चले जाएंगे किसी और के पास. जब तक वो समझ नहीं लेंगे, बच्चे छोड़ते नहीं इतनी आसानी से. Plus they enjoy this freedom in the class. Agreed? Yes or no? Okay. So you don't need to reteach. Maybe what you need to do is open up the thing and say, okay, what do we do here? Children. So can we model this, all of us? And there you just have them do it as a class, just like you do Tina and Toto. You can do half a class Tina, half a class Toto, and get this done and over with without doing the earlier steps that take up a lot of time, because they know. And once they've done this, they can make questions like this for each other, a lot of them. Okay, then comes this farm again, and now they have hundreds and so forth, and then thousands they're learning. So again, you don't need to demo. None of this you need to demo. Then comes plus, right? So plus you can demo because it's a new concept. So how many demos we've done? Most likely 2 or 3 only. Earlier we were doing probably all of them. Every module a demo. Slow, not necessary. And similarly, you will not do it for these. Most of these you will not do demo again. See, all this can be done by the children on their own with each other. If they know how to add 2-digit numbers, can they do 4-digit numbers on their own? Why do we reteach? Right? We should not. Or relearn. Okay, so all this can be done by the children on their own. It's not a problem. And then comes minus. Here again, one demonstration should be enough. Other time, you just put it up and let them try it. Sorry, I'm not getting to the point of getting you to do it. I just need to cover the points very quickly. This is now multiplication. No, this is still minus, borrowing. Again, do not forget to do the abstract form. That is on the left. Like on the right page, you see, next to the concrete, on the left of the concrete material is the abstract form. Let them do the whole thing, cut out, add, take away, in the same exact way. The concrete form we are doing good, but sometimes we are forgetting the abstract form. That is so essential. And let them make lots of questions for each other. Leave space at the top, leave space at the bottom. And so to write the answer and also to carry over and to show borrowing. Yeah? So we need to teach children how to write that. That's again yours. So how will you write a chit? Have the children draw chits with numbers. Bring 3 of them out, put them on the screen, cast it on the screen, and say which of these is a better way to write a question, a slip or a question. Right? Leave space, leave HTO on the top, write HTO on the top. Anything. You have to build their context. You cannot assume they'll do it on their own. Please. That part you cannot assume. Okay, so I think, yep, I think you got the message. Not a demonstration every time. Multiplication is what? Repeated addition. So you don't need to teach that either. Just one time, a quick demo, and they'll understand, or show them on the screen how to do it with a child next to you. Never ever do anything alone in the front. So if I'm Tina and my partner is a Toto, you are all Totos, you're all Tinas, right? So you're kind of going along with me. So that's another way to do demonstration. It doesn't have to be just this one formula. This is a demonstration. I demonstrate, you do. Tina does this, Toto does that. Okay? Yes. Okay, collective feedback, how often to do? After a tier? After a tier is good enough. You don't need to fret about it. Just make a PPT. It's better than a planner. Is it not? Would you rather do planners or PPTs with questions? Okay, PPTs with questions, right? So you write down your questions for each tier, do it in advance with each other in grow circle also. You can just sit with each other and help each other. Do paired work. Stay back 10 minutes with your other, teacher of the same section, same class. And make your PPTs with difficult questions at the end of each tier. You've done for the whole year. You've done for the whole phase. It's not a big deal. We make it a hawa. Hawa nahi hai. Easy hai. Okay? So we're going to do that. And ask your questions at the end of tiers. That's good enough. That's 18 times in a year. 6, 6, 6. 6 for phase 1. That's not a lot, is it? I've heard that some teachers are worrying about that. Give us some samples. How can we do this? Just take a cue from the questions in the book. Ask similar questions. That's all. Right? Okay, ma'am? No. Each tier, not module. No. No, wait. You have to do dual assessments. Okay? How you do that? No, please, not at the end of each module. It's too much. What you can do is, after you've done a handful of modules, just to satisfy yourself, you can do your own feedback. But before a tier end assessment, do a collective feedback. Right? Why? Because you want to know that your children know everything that you're going to ask them. Right? So that is really essential. Everything else is your calling. You don't need to do end of each module. It's your calling. You might say, hey, my kids have done so much of, so many modules, so much of work. Let me just check how many of them really know. So that's your call. It's not mandatory. It's something you should do as good practice, that anytime you stand up and ask a question or put up a question on the screen and say, answer it. It's your litmus test of how much your children have understood a particular lesson, right? Because by the time of the tier end, again, you're asking and they don't know, then it's a problem. So you have to constantly be vigilant about what my children know, what my children do not know. They should know everything, right? By the time they take your tier end test, how many marks should they get out of 18? The 18 mark test, as you know. How many marks should they get out of 18? 18 on 18, yeah? And they say, ma'am, bada aasan tha paper. Wouldn't that be awesome? जबकि आपने सबसे मुश्किल questions डाले हैं उसमें. Please do not make assessments easy. Make them difficult. Let them learn to deal with the difficult. Right? Even if they get 17, they get 15, it's okay. But you've taught them to think beyond the simplest. You've got them to think the highest. And that way you also know what to perfect. So you do your collective feedback just before a test. Say, today I'm doing collective feedback. Today or tomorrow I'm fixing, reflecting and perfecting that thing. And then after that, the test is being monitored. Now, when the test is given, all the children do well. This is something I've learned from my mother as well. I don't know whether she's listening, but it is something I've learned from her as well, which is that when the children do the test, let them all excel. That doesn't mean you make the paper easier. It means you prepare them better. Right? So your collective feedback, your perfection loop is a way to perfect them before you give them the test. Right? It doesn't mean that आप उनको वो paper leak कर रहे हैं. Not like that. Okay? These are questions you have made and you don't even know what's in the paper, or you've not shared with the children the paper. Of course, it's real, genuine, authentic behavior that tells you how well have I done. This is your own sense of I'm really a good galvanizer. I'm doing it right. you need to feel that, right? That I've done it well, I've done it right. Okay, that was one question. Reflection register was the other question that Sabha ma'am came to me and Savita is ensuring I answer. Okay, so reflection register, all of you, please make sure your galvanizers have it, they make it, and they keep it as their own journal. What is the role of the MLL? I have to have another meeting with you on the roles of the MLL, and we are going to prepare some guidelines of the MLL. I think we have to move away from the idea or notions in the past, the role of the MLL or role of myself, for example, with you. My role is not to control you. My role is not to check your work and give you tickets. अच्छा नहीं किया, इसको सुधारो, उसको सुधारो, है ना? That should be an activity which is done among the peers. They review each other's work. So reflection register also, we should bring to the Grow Circle meeting and share with peers, even the MLLs, share it, but there's no marking. There's no reprimanding. There's no like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. See, this is something that we MLLs have to be very conscious of. Right? You wouldn't want me to go around saying आपने नहीं किया. Better it is कि आप दूसरे का देख के कहिए अच्छा इसका तो बड़ा अच्छा है ना? ये मुझे अच्छा लगा, मैं ऐसा करूंगी. Wouldn't that be a better way? Agree, yes or no? Or do you want the MLL figure going there and saying ये बिल्कुल बेकार काम किया है, you know, cross बड़ा none of that. Okay, and what to write in the reflection register? Your reflections, basically. I'm sitting here, I'm making some notes, except I'm not getting time to go write it down. So when I'm actually getting you involved, if I had done this maths activity with you, I would have sat down the corner, you'd be busy with it. And then I'd get time to think, I'll do my rounds coming from the back to the front, and I'll observe things, I'll write them down. It's your reflection, your journal. Aaj kya hua? It should be daily. Some people say, can it be weekly? Can it be? It's not a requirement. It's something you should do naturally as part of you as a teacher. It's your reflection. Reflections every day. Do you not reflect on things every day? Right? And this is also very, very important practice as we do even gratitude. You know, I feel so good that my children can do even an odd 10,000, you know, numbers. Huh. No diary, no lesson plan, please. No lesson plans, please. We are running away from lesson plans, and you're going to make your reflection registers lesson plans, please not. It's an afterthought. It's not a pre-thought. लेसन प्लान हम सोच करके जाएंगे क्लास में हमें क्या क्या करना है, वो आपको इसलिए नहीं जरूरत है क्योंकि आपके पास ऑलरेडी अल्फा बुक्स में ट्रिगर्स हैं, प्रॉम्प्ट्स हैं, राइट? यू नीड टू रिव्यू देम एट ग्रो सर्कल. Grow Circle, you should review what's coming next week, right? So plan a little bit further ahead because your children might move at a faster pace. So you need to review what you need to do then and there. Please try to stick to the script. Don't try to veer from it because we try to do too many innovative things and we don't even do what's necessary. So please, let's do right now at this point in time, where a lot of us are new to ALfA, better it is to stick to the script. जो लिखा है वही करना है, ठीक है? अब आपको उसका थोड़ा सा वेरिएशन कुछ आ रहा है कर सकते हैं, लेकिन don't try to invent, please. Just do what's in it. That's a basic requirement. So finish the basic, then you can think of, you know, more. So everybody study in Grow Circle what is coming up next in your own cohorts, like grade 1, grade 2 cohorts, and then plan what you need to bring to make it better. Now क्या होगा कि आपका ये Saturday को होता है Grow Circle, अब आपका दिमाग ग्रो करेगा वीकेंड पे. आप सोचेंगे हम और क्या कर सकते हैं अपने बच्चों के साथ इन चीज़ों को लेके, वो फ्रेश दिमाग में चीज़ें आ जाएंगी जो आपको अगले हफ्ते बच्चों के साथ करनी है, right? So it will allow you to think of, okay, I can get my children to bring this, bring that. I saw such a lovely activity the other day. Look, I need to find this out. I'll discuss with Innovation Wing at peace and figure this out, what to do about all the craziness that happens around us. Right. Yes, you should write that down. You should write down that, not the plan. It's not a planner. There's a difference. Yes, like हमें हर बच्चे से कहना है कि वो measuring tape लेके आए. That kind of thing. It's not a planner. It's like what I need to prepare, just a reminder, and you can do it while during at the grow circle. You might get an idea from another teacher. अच्छा ये भी मंगवा लेते हैं. So I see such lovely, extensions of the activity that the teachers are doing, which of course is very nice. But again, it's related to the fundamental lesson, not beyond the lesson, not, and anything that requires too much time for the children to do, avoid. Only very quick snippets of activities just to make them more real. That same activity, everybody bring a measuring tape. Everybody bring newspaper. We're going to do fractions activity with music. You've got that activity someplace, right? So music is on, they're doing folding it in half, then the music is on, their pairs are standing on their tiptoes at the end with the smallest piece of folded paper. Okay, so I think we will not cover everything today. Anything that's burning in your minds? I hope I've addressed everything. I mean, not everything, but everything that is essential and urgent. Yes.
Ma'am, I just wanted to clear a doubt that is there in my mind. Like we were doing 4 steps, teacher child and child, then working in pairs, and the fourth one was this feedback one. So now it is home stretch. And home stretch, ma'am, is it required to be given every day? Or the extension of the work?
It's just an extension of what you've done in the class.
Extension of the
So it's
work.
every day.
Every day we have to
Yeah,
go.
you don't have to give.
Give.
See, there's a big terminology difference.
I mean, we have to make
One
them
is
give each
to
other.
give, the other is to let them do. Right? They just stretch. They think in their own ways.
So
right?
that is to be.
You can read out what's in the book.
Okay.
Like, for example, we always have a home stretch activity on the same day, as you see. So today, let's say they've done modules up to, what's this module number? I can't read. Page 40, whatever module is. Right? We've done that module. Then we say, okay, everybody knows what to do with their home stretch activity. This is what it says, and I can read out what it says. Can you make this bigger, the bottom part, so I can read out the stretch activity? I can read for 2-3 pages also. I can read all the things that have come up. Let's say children are moving at a brisk pace. I can read all the types of activities that are written there. That's the minimum, right? We're not saying to them anything more unless we feel we can. These children are ready. थोड़ा सा बड़ा करिए निशांत, नीचे का होम स्ट्रेच बड़ा करके दिखाइए. नीचे किसी भी एक होम स्ट्रेच को बड़ा करिए. नीचे लिखा है, सबसे नीचे बॉटम पे, हर पेज के बॉटम पे. जूम इन करिए प्लीज. थैंक यू फॉर द टर्म. जूम इन. नीचे जाइए जूम इन करने के बाद. नीचे जाइए. हाँ, ये क्या लिखा है इसमें? Group items like spoons, socks, toys. For example, 3 groups of 2 socks. Write the multiplication fact in your notebook. Try with different items. Okay, can they do that? Is it too much stress for them? No, no. So those are the kinds of activities we siphon off for homework. Home stretch, not homework. Work, it should not feel like work. It should be fun. Okay, so I think we've not covered everything. We will not cover everything, but the great mantras, final mantras are, number 1, grow circle. Please use it as an opportunity to learn. It's okay that you begin with the energizers, but sometimes you waste too much time on things that are not essential. We don't want to make a grow circle meeting like a routine. You know, एक rhythm बन गई, एक तरीका बन गया, उसी को बार बार करना. No. It should be focused on sharing one. It's not कि सारे लोग कहेंगे highlights उनके लिए, but 1 or 2 really outstanding dolphin moments we can share. You know, this encourages us. Be very efficient in the use of that 1.5 hour you have together. Second is any challenges. So you look at your reflection register and say, oh, I think I faced a problem. I'm not able to find a solution. Can anybody help me? So 1 or 2 problems you can share. It's not all the problems every single week. Not possible. You can pair up with anybody and later on also discuss. But 1 or 2 problems can be discussed in the grow circle. Most important is planning for next week. Third, right? So look at that, read together the prompts, read together the home stretch activities, all of the prompts, and figure out how you can make them richer experiences with props, with materials, with things. Like I really love it when children make their headgears, or they make their badges or whatever. They love doing that. Why would you deprive them of that? Right? And the cards that they can make for themselves, let them make, let them do. It's stretching in a beautiful way. Art, craft, music, dance, collecting, sorting, classifying, making a table, doing scavenger hunt. All these things are very natural and they can stretch and do. So you'll discuss what will come next week. And the fourth thing, which is, all the requirements, including a tracker, that how far you've come, what are you planning for the next week, so that it's goal oriented. It's not just देखते हैं, बताते हैं, हमारे बच्चे पता नहीं कितना कर पाएंगे, नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये सब नहीं. You have to think of pacing. Yeah, how fast can I move them in this direction of what they need to know without compromising on learning goals? Role plays at home. Follow the 4 steps. Follow the 5 pillars exactly as they have been given. One thing you can vary, by the way, is perfection loop. Don't have to do that, put your head down activity for everything. That takes a long time, is what I noticed recently. Just do quick, because your goal must be at the front. I need to know what percentage of my class can do it, what percentage cannot. Till there is 50% of the children who can do it, 50 to 60% who can do it, that's all I need to know. 40% to 50% don't know, or less than that don't know, just pair them again. Say, okay, everybody find everybody. You don't have to say you go to so-and-so. Say everybody find somebody who can help you. So that way, and then come up with another question. Worst case, do another demonstration. But we're not veering away from. So this is called backward teaching. We need to use a lot more of that. Stick to the prompts as much as possible, unless you find them not so good. Discuss in your grow circle meetings, come up with a better prompt, that's okay. But quick, फटाफट करना है. ठीक है, last time हमने ये नहीं कहा था, and we suffered because third book we could not do, which is where it is the icing on the cake. It is the one that's a culmination of all the learning. Like revision of what you've done, but revision in application sense is not just rote revision. It is also a lot of writing work, creative writing. All of that went for a toss because we did so much of our time in a different way. So moral of the story, don't do too many demonstrations. Thank you very much indeed, and for your patience and kindness. And I'm sorry I went longer into it, but very, very glad that you could be part of it. Lunch is due and overdue, so hand over to Savita. Thank you. Please clap for yourself. Can you stand up and clap for yourselves? Well done, really. Firstly, for just listening to a monotone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the enlightened session. Thank you so much. And now please friends, first of all, first thing I have to announce is that the activity kit has to be returned. Please don't take it along. Please give it back to Mr. Saurabh. And also, if you want these charts, you can contact Saurabh. He'll hand over the charts to you. Thank you so much. And food is late. Please have food and then leave. Thank you.